If you encounter any technical issues related to this Georgia Show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 336-831-0861. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, Mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear touchdown, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Touchdown! Studios, start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the whistle, you gotta make it or else.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia basketball.
We have got to be physically tough and mentally tough.
Oquendo takes it to the rim, lays it up. Good! And the foul! Count the lay-in!
Georgia basketball is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau, always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare, connecting you with great care every step of the way. With confidence, we move forward. With heart, we keep carrying on.
Long baseball pass to Cook, scoops it back to Bauman for a three. Good!
There's no secret. You rebound the ball, you hold them to one shot, you get out on your break, you make the next pass.
Oh, my God! Oh, no! My goodness! No. With authority, a one-handed power dunk.
You don't turn the ball over a lot. You find a way to get in the bonus early. You know, those are good recipes to win.
This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. We are at Stegman Coliseum in Athens for tonight's game between Georgia and 13th-ranked Tennessee. This is Georgia's final home game of the season, and it's senior night for Bulldogs guard Aaron Cook and forward Jonathan Ned, who has not played this season due mostly to injury. The Bulldogs have lost their last 9 games as we reach the end of the home schedule, while Tennessee has already secured one of the top 4 spots in next week's SEC tournament and is arguably the top defensive team in the league. The Vols have won 7 of their last 8 coming into tonight's game. 6'4" explosive guard Cario Oquendo continues to be an offensive standout for Georgia. He recorded his 10th 20-point game of the season in the Dogs' last outing against Florida. But even his 18.5 points per game in SEC play isn't nearly enough if Georgia doesn't complement it with some defense. This is the 159th game in the series with Tennessee. The Bulldogs have won 6 straight over the Volunteers here in Athens, going back to 2011. A 7th straight home win would be the Dogs' biggest victory of the season. Georgia and Tennessee are on the way. The Courtside Countdown is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. The The Bulldogs Network producer-engineer is Adam Gillespie. Zach Jewell is our Piedmont Healthcare Network studio host. And Chuck Dowdle joins me next for Bulldogs basketball tonight, right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
Do you know what's great about being a Kroger Boost member? Well, for starters, free delivery on orders of $35 or more. Yep, you'll get free delivery on all the Kroger products you love. And as a Kroger Boost member, you'll get more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Sign up today at Kroger.com. Restrictions may apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Hey, Ray Magliozzi here. Have you ever cooked a really fine gourmet meal? Yeah, me neither. But I'm told it all comes down to the ingredients. And when I need ingredients to improve my car, the place I go is eBay Motors. Whether you roasted your last transmission, graded your current floor mats, or pureed your side view mirror on a lamppost, eBay Motors has the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them. And by the way, if you recently fired up your grill, don't worry, eBay Motors has grills too. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Back here in Athens, it's the Bulldogs Courtside Show brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia and Tennessee, the home finale for the Bulldogs. Chuck Dowdle is here. And, Chuck, this is a tough one for the Dogs to get. Coming in, losers of 9 in a row, and this is one of the best teams in the league.
In fact, I'm not convinced that they're not the best team in the league. In fact, right now, if I had to pick, I'd say it's between them and Arkansas. I think Auburn has dropped back a little bit in the past few weeks. Kentucky has always been in that top 4, remains in my top 4. But then Arkansas and Tennessee are, to me, 1 or 1A, and you can put them there however you want to. But this is a really talented basketball team, and they do the things in basketball that make a difference. All the little things, but primarily what they do, they play defense. And let me tell you, I'm a big believer, in if you're a good defensive team, look, if I don't score, I may not win. But if you don't score, I'm not going to lose. And so I'm a big believer in that, and that's why I really like this Tennessee team.
That philosophy has followed Tennessee head coach Rick Barnes in all of his coaching years, and this is his 35th season as a college basketball coach. Previous stops as a head man at George Mason, at Providence, at Clemson, at Texas, and now in his 7th year at Tennessee, and that defensive philosophy following him here to Athens tonight. It's senior night for Georgia, and the Bulldogs are getting ready to recognize their 2 seniors. We'll step aside with just a moment, but we want to remind you the official Georgia basketball game program is fully digital, now free to access. Log on to georgiadogs.com/digital. Find out everything you need to know heading into tonight's matchup against the Tennessee Volunteers. The official Georgia basketball game program available at georgiadogs.com/digital. Zach Jewell's in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He's standing by, and he is next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You have high standards for your health care. At Northside Hospital, this means consistency, expertise, and compassion for every patient. In neighborhoods across North Georgia, Northside provides the top caregivers to guide your health needs. From primary care and women's services to cancer, cardiac, orthopedic specialists, and more, we have a mission to heal and create a healthier future for you, your family, and our community. Take the next step at northside.com.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs! Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Zach Jewell.
The only scheduled meeting this season between the Vols and the Dogs is less than 20 minutes away. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Zach Jewell here with you as we get you set for today's game with a trip around college basketball. Starting in the SEC, 3 other games tonight at 7 p.m., 2 of them tipping off. Ole Miss visits number 7 Kentucky, and South Carolina hosts Missouri, and then at 8:30, Florida is on the road at Vanderbilt. 3 more games on deck tomorrow as teams look to position themselves for conference seeding. Texas A&M visits number 25 Alabama at 7. 5th-ranked Auburn travels to Mississippi State, and number 14 Arkansas hosts LSU. Both of those last 2 games set for 9 p.m. tip-offs. To the top 25 now, a few notable games getting started at the bottom of the hour alongside us. A battle atop the Big East as number 11 Villanova hosts number 9 Providence. At 7, Nebraska visits number 23 Ohio State. 8 p.m. brings us 2 games as number 4 Duke travels to Pitt, and number 6 Kansas visits TCU. 9 p.m. brings us to the Big Ten as 8th-ranked Purdue goes to play number 10 Wisconsin, and Cincinnati is on the road at number 14 Houston. And we round out the night at 11 o'clock as number 2 Arizona visits 16th-ranked USC. That's it for what's coming up around the nation. Back to our game now. Scott has caught up with Coach Green to preview tonight's matchup, and we'll have that conversation for you next on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, there's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Do you know what's great about being a Kroger Boost member? Well, for starters, free delivery on orders of $35 or more. Yep, you'll get free delivery on all the Kroger products you love. And as a Kroger Boost member, you'll get more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Sign up today at Kroger.com. Restrictions may apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
This is Matt Siraj, fourth generation owner of Community Coffee. My great-grandfather named it Community, just out of appreciation and respect for his friends and neighbors. And for 100 years, our family has been about two things: great tasting coffee and great people. And as America's #1 family-owned retail coffee brand, we believe it's our responsibility to continue to give them the best tasting coffee experience possible. And it's why we're excited for you to discover your new favorite blend. Look for Community Coffee at a store near you.
We're getting closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Tom Crean. With Coach Crean, here's Scott Howard.
Back here in Athens, as Georgia and Tennessee will close out the home schedule for the Bulldogs. Coach Tom Crean is with us tonight. And, Tom, the last home game of the year and senior night for you guys. And a little bit of a dichotomy between the two guys that will be recognized, and Aaron Cook, who's played like third most games in NCAA history, and then Jonathan Ned, who unfortunately was unable to play this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we have other seniors that have eligibility left. So to me, senior night's all we can go a lot of different ways. But at the end of the day, you got to get yourself focused back in on how you go and win the game. And Jonathan Ned has had a tough year. He didn't get to play much early on, and then he got injured and hasn't been able to come back from that. And I think what he'll get is, he'll get a red shirt. So he's going to have probably a couple years of eligibility. So he'll have another senior nights, and he'll be able to have that if he wants it. But Aaron's done a fantastic job in so many ways. His leadership, he withstands a lot of different things. He gets big assignments. He's come in here and done a really good job. And as have the guys we're going to be honoring with our managers. So Reese Bell and Chase Crawford, those guys have done a fantastic job as well.
The eligibility thing has just kind of gone out the window, hasn't it? It's hard to keep up with now after a year of COVID.
Yeah, for a while it will be. Then it'll settle back in. But it's good for these guys. It's great for them. And Jalen Ingram should get another year. Braylon Bridges, Noah Bauman, they all have another year. That stuff's fantastic.
Talk a little bit about tonight's matchup with Tennessee. This is a very good Tennessee team, as you discussed on your show last night, and a team that plays pretty good defense as well.
Well, they do. They're as fast as any team that we will have seen in here. And Arkansas was extremely fast. Auburn's fast. This team's incredible because they've got two jet point guards. They can play them together. They can play apart from them. And Ziegler and Chandler. So they're key because they can get, if they see any inkling of that rim being open, they're attacking it in transition. They're deep at the guard position. They're deep up front. And Rick Barnes is just a tremendous coach. I'm a Hall of Fame coach to me, without a doubt. And so the transition, the rebounding, I believe they had 53, 54 rebounds against Auburn. We're going to have to be great at the beginning of the clock and at the end of the clock. And in the meantime, they get great movement inside of the clock, inside of the possession. So that's going to be key. And for us, we can't come down and rush and take quick shots. If we can get down there in the break and beat them in the break, that's one thing. But we can't come down and be living early in that shot clock against this team. We've got to make them play. We've got to make them guard. We've got to spread them out. We've got to get their length away from the basket as much as we can. So there's a lot of things going inside of the game. It's not a lot different than most games. We have to figure out a way to match up with them, especially as big as they are. So we'll have a lot of different matchups for us that we'll utilize, a lot of switching and things like that. But we're excited to play, and we've had two really good days to get ready for it.
That's what I wanted to ask you, the strategy around getting around their size. They're not necessarily, marquee shot blockers, but they do have a lot of length and a lot of size in their big men.
Well, there's things we got to try during the game. There's definitely things we have to try to do to negate that. And that's going to be big because you got to steal possessions against this team.
Tom, thanks very much for your time. We appreciate it. Enjoy senior night, and let's go get a win.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Tom Crean. Georgia and Tennessee are coming up. We'll give you the lineups right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Do you know what's great about being a Kroger Boost member? Well, for starters, free delivery on orders of $35 or more. Yep, you'll get free delivery on all the Kroger products you love. And as a Kroger Boost member, you'll get more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Sign up today at Kroger.com. Restrictions may apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
Bottom line is we just got to keep getting better.
Window stolen. Here we go. Showtime, baby. Here comes a deep three.
Winning is great, but it's a lot better when you're winning with great people.
Running bank shot. Good high above the square.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball.
Straightaway three on the catch. Good. He buries it. Put it up. He does. And it's good from the elbow.
Georgia basketball is brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare, connecting you with great care every step of the way. With confidence, we move forward. With heart, we keep carrying on.
Finger roll good with the kiss. Count it. It's himself for a three. Set shot. Good.
Now to courtside, along with Chuck Dabble, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back. Getting ready for Georgia and Tennessee coming up, and let's give you the starting lineups tonight. First for Georgia, final home game of the year for the Bulldogs. Tom Crean's starting five will be Cario Oquendo, leading scorer on the team, averaging 15 a game, 18 and a half a game in SEC play. Christian Wright, a 6'3 freshman from Alpharetta, in the starting five tonight, along with Aaron Cook, one of two players recognized on senior night here in Athens tonight. Cook, a 6'2 graduate from St. Louis, Missouri. Jackson Etter is a 6'4 junior from Woodstock, Georgia. And Braylon Bridges is a 6'11 senior from Atlanta. Second leading scorer on the team and the leading rebounder for Georgia. Tennessee and Rick Barnes will send Kennedy Chandler to the starting lineup tonight. 6-foot freshman from Memphis. Brandon Hunley Hatfield, a 6'10 freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. Santiago Vescovi, a 6'3 junior from Uruguay. Josiah Jordan James is a 6'6 junior from Charleston, South Carolina. And Juros Plavsic, a 7-foot junior from Serbia. Those are your lineups. Tip-off, Georgia and Tennessee coming up in a moment here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Bulldogs fans, ready for a game changer to lower your monthly bill? Team up with Energy Star LED light bulbs, which use up to 90% less energy than traditional bulbs. Georgia Power's lighting program makes the switch to LEDs affordable by offering a huge score. Instant rebates on select bulbs at participating retailers and online at the Georgia Power Marketplace. Find a participating retailer near you at georgiapower.com/lighting and use the Find a Store tool, or look for our signs in the lighting aisle. LEDs could be your home team's winning touchdown. Make the switch today.
You have high standards for your health care. Northside Hospital, this means consistency, expertise, and compassion for every patient. In neighborhoods across North Georgia, Northside provides the top caregivers to guide your health needs. From primary care and women's services to cancer, cardiac, orthopedic specialists, and more, we have a mission to heal and create a healthier future for you, your family, and our community. Take the next step at northside.com.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot. But I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cowley Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the Hearty Multigrain and Artisan Italian bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan Vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150. With its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport. With unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales plan based on calendar year sales.
The lights are out at Stegman Coliseum. Well, most of them are out. People have their phones out. They're lighting up Steg here as they announce the starting lineups before the ball game begins. And we will announce our keys to the game. They're driven by Ford F-150 on game day and every day. Ford F-150 rises to the challenge with innovations and features that tackle even the toughest jobs. Score one today at buyfordnow.com. Here's Chuck Dowdle with our Ford F-150 keys to the game. Chucky.
All right, Scott. Well, we're going to start with something we've already talked a little bit about. We got to get mentally ready fast because it's senior night. That's always an adjustment after the pregame senior presentations. So you got to get mentally ready, and you got to do it quickly. And you got to get your mind off of what this is, the significance, and get ready to play ball. Number two, the Vols like to play some defense. So get ready to cut. No standing around on offense. And when you cut, be looking for the pass. And then, of course, when you get that pass, finish at the rim, please. All right? And then finally, we mentioned senior night. Look, there haven't been many great memories this season, but a win over Tennessee in our home finale would be one you could hang your hat on for a long time, and I'm all for that. I like a little hat hanging.
Well, you're certainly right about that. This would, no doubt, if Georgia could pull this off, be the biggest win of the season at this point, with only 2 regular season games remaining in the SEC tournament next week in Tampa. So not a lot of territory left to cover for this Bulldog basketball team. Our tip-off is coming up. It's brought to you by Northside Hospital. They have brought their legacy of quality health care to Gwinnett County. Today, Northside is expanding resources and facilities in Lawrenceville, Brazelton, Duluth, and in other communities near you. Northside is proud to serve Gwinnett and to serve your families. To learn more, visit northside.com. All right, I know the officials are in the building because I saw their expensive cars outside. Doug Shows, Rob Rourke, and Michael Roberts are a trio of officials. Georgia will be wearing the silvers, the gray uniforms tonight, and Tennessee is in the road orange, a little bit of white mixed in, top and bottom, and they're pretty well represented here in our building tonight, Chuck. There's a lot of orange in the building.
You know, Scott, it's funny you should mention that because I didn't know. In fact, I'm not sure. This may be the most opposition representation we've had here at Stegman this year. It's been primarily dogs in the building, and it still is tonight. But there's no doubt there's some orange. You know, that orange is just so ugly, it stands out. That may be the reason.
I'll tell you what else stands out. A 6'10 freshman and a 7-foot junior. They're in the starting lineup for Tennessee. And Plavsic, the big 7-foot, 250-pound Serbian, and then Brandon Huntley Hatfield, 6'10 and almost 250. He's a freshman. from Clarksville, Tennessee, and Georgia just does not have that kind of size. We do have Braylon Bridges back in the center circle to jump it off for the Dogs. Plavsic will jump it for Tennessee. Here's the toss and the tip controlled by the Dogs as the tap goes to Christian Wright for Georgia. We are underway here in the final home game. T-shirts flying in the seats right now from the cheerleaders as the Dogs go on offense for the first time. Oquendo driving to the lane on that cut that Chuck just told you, Bobby, had stripped from behind by Tennessee, and a steal and a takeaway for the Volunteers. Bench to our right yelling foul, but I think he got all ball. Volunteers try a three for their first basket of the game. James misses from the right wing. It's off the rim and out of bounds, and Georgia will take over. Boy, that cut by Oquendo was nice. He just was unable to finish. Here's a drive and a dish right to Braylon Bridges. A bounce pass through the lane, and Braylon will lay it up. 63% field goal percentage for Braylon Bridges, and he adds to it with the first points of the game.
And you can see one of the things Tennessee wants to do right away, and that's get the ball up the court in a hurry and attack the rim.
Chandler, their guard, misses a runner. They get an offensive rebound, but we knock it loose from big Huntley Hatfield. Dogs with a takeaway. Jackson Eder slips on the floor on jump stop and then gets blocked as he goes up for the lay-in between two Tennessee defenders. Volunteers have the ball. Georgia with a 2-0 lead. Just a little more than a minute gone here on this Tuesday night. 3-ball Tennessee, good by Kennedy Chandler, the 6-foot freshman from Memphis, Tennessee, a McDonald's All-American. They've got 2 on this roster for Rick Barnes' team. 3-2, Volunteers now with the lead. Dogs work down to our left. Bridges palms the ball with his left hand, feeds Oquendo straight on 3, rattles it home, good. Cario Oquendo with a Scana Energy 3 in his first basket of the ball game. 5-3 Georgia. Boy, you're not kidding.
Easy layup.
Chandler, with a quick basket for Tennessee. 3, rattles. And we're tied at 5. Georgia into the front court with Cook through the lane. Reverse lay-in, goes up and down, never draws iron. The defender altered that shot by Aaron Cook. Tennessee with a basketball. Chandler through the paint. Now curls back around. Reverse lay-in, hits the rim. Offensive rebound. Tennessee, the putback by Huntley Hatfield, sits on the rim and rolls off, and Georgia gets the rebound. Oquendo's pass to Braylon Bridges through his hands, bailed out by Eder on the right side of the floor. Dogs keep the possession. Cook's got it at the left elbow. Back to Eder. Jackson with a drive. And he may have tried to kick it out, and it got stolen by Tennessee. Vols have the basketball. They go into big Plavsic and deflected and taken away by Georgia. Wright deflected the basketball.
Yeah, Christian Wright got his hands in that passing lane. Good defense.
Dogs have it on the offensive end. Braylon Bridges backs into the paint, jump hook with the left hand, pushes it up, rolls off the rim after it hit off the back of the rim first. No good. Tennessee with a rebound. Braylon right in front of the bucket. Usually that's in his wheelhouse. Unable to finish that one. And Vescovy off a curl, top of the key. They find him open for a 3-ball straight on. Good. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in all of the SEC. Santiago Vescovy. His first basket of the game. It's 8-5 Tennessee. Dogs with Cook on the left wing. Walks it away from the sideline. Now attacks inside the arc. Lobs it back to Bridges. Top of the key. 10 to shoot for Georgia. Wright has it. Far corner. Double team. Try to bounce pass to Bridges off the foot and stolen by Tennessee.
Boy, every time we get deep in the shot clock, we struggle. We have throughout the year. If we don't get early shots, we end up pressing.
Chandler with a screen from Plavsic. Missed the 3 off the rim. Plavsic, who set the screen, rushes in and gets the offensive rebound. Got to block out that big body. 8-5, Tennessee with a 3-point lead, and they've got another crack at it. 9 on the shot clock for the guys in orange. Hatfield hands off to Vescovy, sets the screen, step back 3 with a left hand, good. That's his second of the game, and it's 11-5 Tennessee. We're going to have to stop that tonight. That guy could rip us apart if we just let him. Bridges pushes the big man back into the paint and lays it up and in from the right side of the rim. Braylon lowered his shoulder and got some space. He cleared his own.
He did not challenge Braylon much.
Hatfield straight on 3 by the big freshman. That won't go. Off the rim and into the far corner. Picked up by Georgia. Cook to Eder above the arc on the right side. We send it into the post. Bridges to the right of the lane. Going to spin and back in. Out of the spin move. Lost the handle. Picked up off the bounce by Tennessee. Chandler through the paint. He may have walked. Yes, he did. He ran into Aaron Cook, and then he kind of shuffled his feet a little bit while the ball was about waist high. He didn't put it on the floor, and Michael Roberts says, you traveled, young man. So that'll get us into the timeout with 15:07 to go, half number one. Tennessee leading Georgia early here, 11-7. Back in a moment on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
Every team at this level has great athletes, but the ones that come together and have each other's back win rings. This is Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613 here in Georgia. We're a group of over 5,000 highly trained electrical workers who have each other's back every day. We train together, work together, and look out for each other. If you're an electrical worker, come work where people have your back. Join us at IBEW613.org. Go Dogs.
Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets, and StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of your Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there.
Scott, if we got just a second, I'd like to ask all Georgia fans to please give thoughts and prayers to a guy that used to play for the Atlanta Hawks, Alexander Volkov, Sasha, and his wife, Alla. After he played in the NBA, he retired. He served as Minister of Sport for the Ukraine, his native country, and he commuted from Cobb County. And I checked with him the other day to find out if they had family over there, and lo and behold, they've gone back. They are in Kiev right now, and obviously everybody concerned about what's taking place there. And please just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. It would be greatly appreciated.
All right, very good. Back to basketball as Georgia trails Tennessee 11-7. And the Dogs have the ball with less than 15 minutes to go here in half number one. Eder with a wraparound bounce down to Braylon Bridges. Foul line extended right. They're trying to double him and pester him a little bit. He gets the ball back to Oquendo with 6 to shoot. Carrio drives, tried to dish out left, picked up on the bounce by Eder along the baseline. Reverse lay-in, Jackson Eder good. Then a steal in the backcourt, Aaron Cook. 1-on-2, he's going to attack. Pump fake, nothing there, so he's going to hold on to the ball.
Somebody help him.
He's going to lean in and go for the rim, and Tennessee going to block it out of bounds on the baseline under the basket.
We had guys going back, and they were all going to the other side of the floor. Aaron needed help. He had picked up his dribble. They had him trapped underneath.
Dogs do have the possession. Bridges throws it into the far corner to Cook. He makes a one-handed grab, and here we go. Around to Oquendo for a three on the left angle. That's no good. Off the rebound, off the rim. Jackson Eder kicks it out, and then Aaron Cook fires away a deep right wing three, a Scana Energy three for Aaron Cook, and the Dogs are in front 12-11. Aaron's first points of the night, his 28th three-pointer of the year. Tennessee will try to answer with a three. That one flatlined from James off the rim and rolls into the right corner in front of the Dogs bench. Cook with a basketball in front court left. Georgia by one. He's picked up his dribble. And Zakai Ziegler, the 5'9 freshman, tightens up the defense on it. Oquendo to Cook. Here's another three. Aaron off the right side of the rim. This time, no good. Rebound. John Fulkerson, the 6'9 graduate super senior for Tennessee. Vescovy with a basketball. Overhead to Fulkerson, top of the key. They send it left and then back to Ziegler, who dribbles to the foul line. Side dish over to Vescovy.
Nice assist.
Right wing three, good. His third of the game.
Nice look by Ziegler. Dribble that ball in the paint right out of the corner of his right eye. Saw the open man. Hit him beautifully.
14-12. Tennessee by 2 with 13 minutes to go in the first half. Eder drops it off on the bounce to Oquendo left side. Vescovy guarding. Cario with a right-hand dribble. Having trouble keeping the basketball in his hand. Finally distributes over to right with 7 to shoot. Christian near half court. They won't let him drive. Knock the ball out of his hands. Doug Chow says it's off you, Christian Wright. It'll be Tennessee basketball. Josiah Jordan James would not let Christian Wright drive on him. And then we ended up turning it over on the far sideline in backcourt.
And that's 4 turnovers already here.
Brandon Hundley Hatfield, 6'10", will come in for Josiah Jordan James. That's a lot of hyphenated names right there. But one's a hyphenated first name and the other one's a hyphenated last name. Tennessee with a basketball and a 2-point lead, 14-12. Fulkerson with the ball, working against Dalen Riginal. Left block, dribbles into the paint, jump hook. The
good
left
defense.
hand rattles out, no good. Dalen gets the rebound for the Dogs. Riginal waiting for a pass from Aaron Cook. It never came because Aaron just spins his way right down the lane and gets an open layup out of the spin move. Aaron Cook with 5 now. Tennessee attacks. Runner all the way down the paint. Fulkerson going towards the basket. Banks it in softly, and it goes good. 16-14 after we were tied briefly. Less than 12 minutes to play here in half number 1. Dogs have the basketball. We're in the grays tonight. Pump fake by Cook at the foul line. Feeds Jabri Abdur-Rahim cutting in from the right corner. And the slash move works. He got him the ball and scored on a running layup.
That was one of our keys. You got to cut, and you got to be looking for the pass.
Tennessee penetrates and distributes with Ziegler to Fulkerson, and he dunks it softly from the right side of the rim. Tennessee right back in front, 18-16.
Well, we can leave more guys alone underneath the rim.
Dogs ball. Cook into Riginal against the double team. Puts it up with the left hand. It rattles on the rim and falls through good. Dalen with his first basket. 18 all is our score. Ziegler for 3. Off the back of the rim. High rebound down to Jabri Abdur-Rahim. Georgia's got the ball. Tennessee with a missed 3. And we remain tied at 18. Noah Bauman's in the game for Georgia. Comes near side to Riginal. Back to Bauman. Tennessee tied on the basketball with their defense, with Victor Bailey guarding Bauman. Cook's got the possession now, going to drive, draws a crowd. They strip him and steal. Bailey down the floor, curls around left wing, underhands it back to Vescovy. Back over to Bailey. Baseline 2, left side won't go. Offensive rebound, Fulkerson. We crash into him, and the Dog's going to be whistled for a foul, and that will be on Cario Oquendo. And that'll get us into the timeout as well. That's the first foul of the game. We're 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes in. 9 minutes and 29 seconds deep into the game.
That's the first
And that's the first foul.
First called foul.
First called foul. Thank you for that correction. 10:31 to go first half. We're tied at 18. Georgia and Tennessee on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Play Cash Pop's Tiny Home Giveaway, and you could win a tiny home that can be anything, like a retreat for her. Or a space just for him.
All right, let's go.
Your tiny home could be a workout palace, a wilderness retreat. It could even be a space where, you just live. Play Cash Pop January 31st through March 6th, and you could win a tiny home with an estimated value of $190,000. You could even just take the cash if you like. So play Cash Pop from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs! There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot, but I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the Hearty Multigrain and Artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan Vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
Georgia 18, number 13 Tennessee 18. We're tied with 10:31 to go in the first half. It's time to go inside the huddle with Chuck Dowdle, and it's brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Chuck.
Pretty stern little lecture about being careful with the basketball as you drive the paint. We're getting into situations where when defenders are approaching, dropping off their men and coming, rather than get the pass to the open man, too often our pockets getting picked. And so Tom Crean wants these turnovers cut down and cut down quickly.
Georgia assistant Steve McClain was also heavily involved in that huddle with the Bulldogs. Tennessee basketball.
As he often is.
Yes, yes indeed. The former head coach at University of Illinois Chicago. That's the Braylon Bridges connection. Ziegler for 3 for Tennessee, right corner, off the rim and high over the backboard. May have touched the shot clock and out of bounds. Dead ball there. Georgia will inbound it with Reginald to right, unguarded in the backcourt. Oquendo will take it on the logo into the front side. Got a screen from right. Carrio still dribbling. Runs towards the basket, throws it up weakly. It dies on the right side of the rim, and the rebound down to Tennessee. Didn't have enough juice on that one. Now Ziegler gets it stolen. Up ahead to Oquendo. Here we go. Two-handed dunk. Carrio Oquendo. He went the safe route instead of showboating it and got the sure high percentage 2 points. 20-18. Georgia by 2. Christian Wright started that one with his defense. Chandler through the paint, has trouble with a bounce pass. Ball's knocking around in the lane, off legs and off bodies, and finally out of bounds off Georgia. Touched last by a Bulldog, trying to get their hands on it. Ball was just kicked all over the place there. Tennessee will inbound with 14 on the possession clock. Kennedy Chandler, the freshman guard from Memphis, throws it in. Vescovy has the dribble. Now far side of the floor for Tennessee, Victor Bailey. Over to Vescovy. 3 ball. He misses this one. He's got 3 already. Long rebound on the right wing, picked up by Wright for Georgia. Feeds it up ahead to Jabri. Dogs work it around. Deep NBA 3. Oquendo. Too much on it. Hits the far side of the rim. Rebound down to the Volunteers. Vescovy drops it off on the run behind him to Bailey. They move it around. Right wing back to Vescovy. Tennessee with under 9 minutes remaining. Jumper by Chandler. Rebound tapped out front. Volunteers keep the basketball. Chandler under the basket. Throws it into the corner. Stolen by Bauman. Up ahead, Jabri. Abdur Rahim with the running one-handed jam. He almost got stuffed by the rim.
Oh, my
but he
goodness.
had enough muscle to get it over the iron.
Oh, my goodness. I thought he didn't get up high enough.
He kind of stutter-stepped a little bit, Chuck. He was trying to measure it.
We almost had to give the rim a block.
He got the basket, though, and it's 22-18. Jabri got to get some more elevation on those kind of plays. Vescovy doubled, feeds it into Hatfield in the paint. The big guy gets rid of it quickly. Now Fulkerson works his way on the left block. Spin move into the paint. Jump hook off the rim. No good. Rebound into the corner.
Should have been a foul call, too, on Tennessee.
Yeah, Original got pushed to the floor trying to scramble for the rebound.
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Now there's the highlight play. Carrio Oquendo curls around from the left corner.
Oh, my goodness.
They gave him the ball on a scoop. Look at Original holding his head in amazement with his mouth wide open after that play by Oquendo.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Wow.
Carrio got the Stegman crowd on their feet. Some of the Tennessee folks are on their feet after that one.
Yeah, they're working. Look at this, Dalen coming out, asking for more applause for his partner there.
Oh, there was a foul on the play, too. That kind of got lost in the shuffle, didn't it? Carrio's going for the line to 4th and 1. First foul on Tennessee, and that was on Vescovy. And it didn't matter.
Boy, I hope Dominique was watching that. That was reminiscent of number 21.
Carrio's free throw, front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Fulkerson. Oquendo, who's averaging 18.5 in conference games, has 7 with 7:50 to go in the first half. Justin Powell's into the game for Tennessee, the Auburn transfer. They go inside to Fulkerson, misses a 4-footer in front of the basket, off the rim. Dogs with the rebound. Christian Wright hesitated, then threw it under the basket. Nobody there but orange shirts. We turned it over. Unforced error there. Vescovy drives against Wright. Running layup from the left side, high off the window, sails over the rim, rebound to Georgia. Bauman's got it in the left wing for the Dogs. Now Jabri in the corner has his pocket picked, and the ball going to bounce out of bounds. Last touch by Tennessee as it touches the sideline, and the Dogs will have the ball. I think
they reset the clock.
They did reset the clock.
They did reset the clock.
There was no change of possession.
I didn't see it. Did they say that Tennessee had it momentarily?
They're gonna check the clock. The clock operator down to our left is talking with the officials, so they'll reset it. And they reset it to 20.
To 20.
All right, timeout with 7:18. The clock is right, and the score is right now. Georgia 24, Tennessee 18. Back in a moment, Bulldog Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Catches it with a spin move. Drop step to the baseline. Slam and jam. Steps back for 3. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Georgia basketball is driven by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, we only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today, proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics.
Scott, the Dogs, far more turnovers than we'd like to see from them against a team with the quality of Tennessee with 6 turnovers. But the good news is Tennessee's matching us. Turnovers, they've got 6 too. So they're being as generous as we've been.
Here's another thing that's surprising about Tennessee, who's number 13 in the country, top 4 in this league. They're dead last in field goal percentage in SEC games this year, 14th at 41%. Right now they're shooting 29%. Georgia called for a double dribble as they tried to get into their half-court set, and there's another Georgia turnover.
Tennessee has been now almost 4.5 minutes without a score.
The Dogs are on an 8-0 run. They would lead by 6, 24-18. Tennessee with a basketball. Jonas Adu, a 6'11 freshman, is in the game for the first time now for the Volunteers. Kennedy Chandler, the freshman guard, to the other freshman, Adu. Dribbles inside the foul line. Bridges pushes him out of the lane. And then James is going to beat Cook off the dribble from the left side and score on a layup, and then a push foul from behind to add insult to injury. Tennessee's going to get a free throw here. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification, Bulldog Sports Network. Josiah Jordan James with the free throw. That's good. 3-point play for the 6'6 junior from Charleston, South Carolina. He, too, of McDonald's All-American coming out of high school. Dogs lead is 3. Bauman wanted the 3. Couldn't pull the trigger. James got out on him. Jabri, deep 3. Bank shot, good! Right on the upper right corner of the square. He banked it in deep on the right wing. Jabri.
That's not normally an area where you bank it. But it worked, hey.
You can book the banker on that one. James from the right elbow. 15, 16-footer. Soft touch as he rattles it home. He's got a quick 5 points. It's 27-23 Georgia. Dogs by 4. And the Bulldogs have the basketball. Bauman in red shoes tonight to offset Original's yellow ones, but he's not in the game right now. Here's Jabri off the right wing, dribbles to the top of the key, flips it back to right with 7 to shoot. Christian tries to drive on Vescovy, switches hands, changes directions. Layup off the glass, won't go, too much on it, off the front of the rim, chase down the rebound in the corner. Tennessee gets to it first. Volunteers all in orange, Georgia in grays tonight. Chandler holds it for Tennessee above the arc on the right side of the floor, guarded by Jabri Abdur-Rahim. Dogs with a 4-point lead. Adu, right of the lane. 16-footer, won't go. Offensive rebound, Tennessee in the foul line. Kick it back out for a straight-on 3. Kennedy Chandler, that's good. It's his second of the game, their 5th of the half. 27-26. Georgia's lead is 1. Cook on the dribble for Georgia, working front court, walks across the logo, and then back to the right side of the floor. Steps through a double team, kick out Bauman, 3, back of the rim, no good. Noah's first attempt tonight was a little too deep. Tennessee has the basketball. Vescovy behind the screen, kick out right wing to Chandler. Backs up between the circles, over on the right side. Here comes a deep 3 by James, that's well short. Side of the rim barely, and the rebound down to Braylon Bridges for the Dogs. Cook will now trot it into the front court, right to left. As we slow it down a little bit. Less than 4.5 minutes to go. Georgia has a 1-point lead and the ball. Whistle on the baseline from Doug Shows. Let's check the call. We're going to have a Tennessee foul. And the foul is on Adu, the 6'11 freshman from Durham, North Carolina, away from the ball. His first, only the second foul. There's only been 4 fouls whistled tonight with 4:20 to go in the half.
Yeah, two on each side.
27-26, Georgia by 1 point with the ball. Now, Original and his yellow shoes are back in the game, as is Jackson Etter. He's got the reds on to match Bauman.
As is Cario Oquindo back on the floor.
Cook goes to Oquindo. The pass is too deep. Cario was in the corner and tried to sprint up the sideline to get to that ball, and Aaron Cook's pass sails out of bounds before Oquindo could secure it. So the Dogs turn it over for the 8th time in the ball game. 1-point lead for Georgia. We were up 27-21 a few moments ago. Tennessee's scored 5 in a row, looking to add to that. Adu, the big guy in the paint, tries to reach around Braylon Bridges, and he does on the left block and scoops it up and in. He underhanded it up off the glass.
Yeah, nice shot for a big man. A little left-handed scoop, as you said, underhanded off the glass. Just kissed it and dropped it right in the middle.
It's 7 straight now for the Volunteers, and they regain the lead, 28-27. Original hands it off to Bridges. Almost just handed it off, put it in his belly. Our spacing wasn't real good there. Cook drives, kicks it behind him to Etter for a 3. Good. Jackson Etter with the 3. Got a clean open look on the assist from Aaron Cook. 30-28. Dogs back in front by 2. Powell with a basketball for Tennessee. Bounces it into the post and then back out to Powell. Powell, the Auburn transfer, jump pass cross court to James. Jump stop in the paint. Little turn fade is good. He acted like he didn't know what to do with the basketball, and he finally just
figured it out.
Went into a spin move, fade away, and knocked down about a 14-footer.
Finally figured it out. Hey, I'll just shoot it.
Josiah Jordan-James has 7 points. Cook's in trouble. He's picked up his dribble at half court, and Chandler wouldn't let him go anywhere, so he has to call a time. Calls a timeout with 2:44 to go, and the game tied at 30 here in half number 1. This will be the full timeout, the under 4 stoppage, I believe. So we'll take a break. 30-30, Georgia and Tennessee with 2:44 to go. Half 1 here in Athens. Back in a moment, Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cleanwell Cleaning Services is teamed up with UGA Athletics as an official partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Cleanwell Services is the best solution for the Bulldogs and for your business. Office buildings, restaurants, and event cleaning is what Cleanwell does best. Let our pros focus on your cleaning needs, ensuring your business is clean, safe, and comfortable. Cleanwell is proudly owned and operated by UGA alumni. Learn more at cleanwellsafe.com. That's cleanwellsafe.com. Remember, it's not clean unless it's Cleanwell Clean.
For up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
SEC taught us to show our team pride, and having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions lets you say "Go Dogs" every time you pay. Visit Regions.com/Go Dogs to order yours today. Here's your first half Regions recap. We're in our 5th tie of the game. We've had 8 lead changes. We're knotted at 30. Both teams have had little mini runs. Georgia an 8-0 run. Tennessee a 7-0 run. Leading scorers in the game, Oquendo and Abdul Rahim for Georgia at 7 each. And then Vescovy has 9 for Tennessee. Dogs have the ball, trying to break a 30-all tie. Right, wide open, deep 3. Won't go, off the back of the rim. And the rebound to the 6'6 guard, James. And Tennessee, as they sprint up the floor, going to be called for traveling as they get across the timeline and into the front court. Give it right back to the Dogs.
I was trying to call it for Doug, but he already had it.
He was right on top.
Yeah,
He's the guy with a whistle.
I'll give him credit.
And the fancy car outside there. Dogs inbound to the backcourt. Original will carry it across the timeline. Underhanded to Wright. Christian to Eder. Shot fake out of the right corner on the right baseline. 16-footer won't go. Side of the rim. Scramble for the loose ball rebound. Won by Georgia. Wright attacks down the lane. Throws it up off the rim. No good. Whistle and a foul on the guys in orange. And that's going to be a block on James. It's his first and the team's third. And we'll get free throws now.
Well, Christian, you couldn't get a break there. That ball was hanging right up there, just wouldn't fall for him.
Second time to the line tonight for Georgia. First time for Christian, who is an outstanding foul shooter, and that first one is up and in for his first point of the night. 86% for the freshman Christian Wright this season.
I don't think that one ever even saw the rim. It was right dead center.
Wright, 6'3", freshman from Alpharetta, now 62 out of 72 at the line this season. And one more to go here.
That is good.
Dogs by a point, try to make it 2. And that free throw kicks off the right side and rolls off the left side of the iron.
He jinxed him.
Made one, missed one. 31-30 is our score. Dogs by a point. Tennessee has the ball. Little Ziegler at 5'9", dribbles between the circles. Oquendo guarding. Over to Vescovy. Off the curl from the left corner. Misses the three. Offensive rebound. James put back from the left side. He lays it up and in. He's got 9. And Tennessee's lead is 32-31. Dogs working the front court with 100 seconds to go in the half. Original. One dribble. Kills it. Throws to Oquendo left side. Trouble with the pass. Driving down on the left block. Bumps into Vescovy, and he's called for a blocking foul as Oquendo lost the handle on the basketball thanks to the contact from Tennessee.
Yeah, some Tennessee fans here not happy, but it was right in front of Kevin Barnes. Kevin Barnes didn't say a word. He knew that was a block.
So the Dogs will inbound, and Rick Barnes is talking to his assistant coach about the play.
Kevin Barnes. Rick Barnes. Yeah. Kevin used to keep score here, so.
Names from the past.
Yep.
Cook with the ball. Drives on the baseline. James prevents him from getting into the paint, so he'll send it into Bridges, who'll muscle it up and in against Jonas Adu, the 6'11 freshman. And Bridges' layup rolls in there good. He's got 6 in the half. Dogs back in the lead by 1. Adu drives right into Bridges. Ooh, they call the block on Braylon.
Wow. Look, I understand they just called a couple of blocks, and if they'd have called that what it should have been called, Rick Barnes would have gone nuts. but that was definitely a charge.
That puts Adu at the foul line. 7 of 8 this season for the freshman. Big right-handed shooter. Free throws up and in. And he made them. Did he make them both?
No, the basket was good.
Oh, he made the basket. Goodness, I got to pay more attention. 3-point play for Tennessee. 35-33 is the score. I never saw the ball go in.
Yep.
I was looking at Bridges laying on the floor in amazement because he didn't get the call. Bridges steps through 2 defenders on the other end into the paint. Little jump hook with the left hand. He's so good at that. He's got 8 points now. And he had 2 guys on him defending. We're tied at 35. Tennessee basketball. Penetrate, kick out right side, air ball by Adu from the right baseline. Offensive rebound, Tennessee. Ziegler's got it now. Ziegler tried to dribble through traffic, lost the handle, but saved by Adu. Back over to Ziegler. He get a reprieve. Missed the 3. Too deep off the far side of the rim out of the right corner. And on the rebound, foul called on Tennessee. They get the big guy, Adu, for his second foul. And Georgia will throw it in with 18 seconds to go in the half. We're tied at 35. Georgia can hold for the final shot. The shot clock is off. Cook into the front court with 10 seconds to go in the half.
Well, we're owed a buzzer beater.
Cook now drives, puts it in motion. Going to try to scoop it up off the glass. Sails over the rim. Rebound Tennessee. And they heave one off, and it nicks the front of the rim. Woo! At the end of the half. Oh, that was very close from well beyond half court by the Volunteers.
All right, Scott, we've just gone toe-to-toe for 20 minutes with the number 13 ranked team here in the country, and we are tied at intermission. And we've done that without really playing the kind of basketball that we need to play to beat them, which is obvious, or else we'd have a lead. But I do believe that Georgia will go in, make some adjustments, come out here in the second half, tighten up the defense, and let's see if we can't get on the glass. That's the one place they're hurting us is on the boards.
Couple of halftime notes. Tennessee 17-0 this season when leading at the half, and Georgia has trailed at the half in 10 straight games. But you can wipe that off the board tonight because we're deadlocked at halftime. Georgia 35, Tennessee 35, intermission at Stegman Coliseum in Athens. Stay tuned now for the Georgia Power halftime report. Zach Jules in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He'll get us started next on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150, with its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport, with unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales plan based on calendar year sales.
The SEC taught us that anything is possible, that just when you think you've seen it all, you won't believe what happens next, that comebacks are not the makings of miracles, but are born out of preparation, perspiration, and perseverance. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we take these lessons to heart and strive to bring our best every single day. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with hashtag SEC Lessons. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Play Cash Pop's Tiny Home Giveaway, and you could win a tiny home that can be anything, like a retreat for her. Or a space just for him.
All right, let's go.
Your tiny home could be a workout palace, a wilderness retreat. It could even be a space where, you just live. Play Cash Pop January 31st through March 6th, and you could win a tiny home with an estimated value of $190,000. You could even just take the cash if you like. So play Cash Pop from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, here's your host, Zach Jewell.
20 minutes down on senior night at the Steg with the Dogs and the Falls tied up at 35 apiece. Today's halftime report is presented by Georgia Power. Whether you're on the way to the stadium or heading home from a win, charge up with Georgia Power. Plug in at one of our convenient EV charging stations today. Zach Jewell here with you as we begin our halftime report with the check of scores around the nation. Starting in the SEC, 3 other games today. 2 of them are in progress. The first up in Kentucky. Number 7, Kentucky leading Ole Miss 15-6. They're at 14-18 to go in the first half. And South Carolina leading Missouri 7-2, 15:39 to go in the first half there. One game still to come at 8:30 tonight. Vanderbilt will host Florida. 3 more games tomorrow on deck as teams look to position themselves for conference seeding. Texas A&M visits number 25 Alabama at 7. 5th-ranked Auburn travels to Mississippi State. And number 14 Arkansas hosts LSU. Both of those games set for 9 p.m. tip-offs. Quickly before we go to the break, a check of baseball. Georgia in action against Wofford today. They're in the bottom of the second. Georgia leading Wofford 6-1. Again, bottom of the second. One out. That game is at Wofford. Again, through 20 minutes, we're all square at 35. Don't go anywhere. We're back for a trip around the top 25 right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, to check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot. But I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the hearty multigrain and artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
Do you know what's great about being a Kroger Boost member? Well, for starters, free delivery on orders of $35 or more. Yep, you'll get free delivery on all the Kroger products you love. And as a Kroger Boost member, you'll get more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Sign up today at Kroger.com. Restrictions may apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
The Georgia Power Halftime Report continues now from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Zach Joel here with you as we take a spin around the top 25. 2 games in progress. We'll start up in Philadelphia. It's a battle atop the Big East. As number 9 Providence is at number 11 Villanova. The Wildcats leading this one 35-26 over Providence. 55 seconds to go in first half action. To the Big Ten, number 23 Ohio State leading Nebraska 13-12. They've got 13-25 to go in the first half there. Still to come in the ACC at 8 o'clock, number 4 Duke is on the road at Pittsburgh. And number 6 Kansas is on the road at TCU. At 9 o'clock back to the Big Ten. Number 10 Wisconsin hosts number 8 Purdue. At 9 o'clock again as well. Number 14 Houston hosting Cincinnati. And we round out the night at 11 p.m. in the top 25 as second-ranked Arizona is on the road at 16th-ranked USC. That'll do it for scores around the nation. Our score at the intermission, 35-all between the Dogs and the Vols. Stick around. Scott and Chuck are standing by at the Steg to get us set for the second half right after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
You have high standards for your health care. At Northside Hospital, this means consistency, expertise, and compassion for every patient. In neighborhoods across North Georgia, Northside provides the top caregivers to guide your health needs. From primary care and women's services to cancer, cardiac, orthopedic specialists, and more, we have a mission to heal and create a healthier future for you, your family, and our community. Take the next step at northside.com.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Scott Howard back here at Stegman Coliseum. Georgia and Tennessee deadlocked at halftime, 35-35. How about that? The Bulldogs going toe-to-toe with number 13 Tennessee here in our home building. Our first half stats are brought to you by Northside Hospital. They brought their legacy of quality health care to Gwinnett County. And today, Northside is expanding resources and facilities in Lawrenceville, Duluth, Brazelton, and in other communities near you. Northside, proud to serve Gwinnett and to serve your families. To learn more, visit northside.com. First half numbers for Georgia. The Bulldogs outshot Tennessee in the first half 52% to 39%. The Dogs had made 15 of their 29 attempts. Tennessee with more shots, but fewer makes, 14 of 36. The Dogs were 4 of 9 on threes. The Volunteers 5 of 15. Neither team shot a lot of free throws. Georgia just 1 for 3, and Tennessee 2 for 2. Volunteers are out rebounding the Dogs by 8, 22 to 14. They murdered Auburn on the glass in their win over the third-ranked Tigers on Saturday, 67-62. They were plus 23 on the glass against 23. Auburn. 54 rebounds, the most Tennessee's had in the last 7 years.
That's an unbelievable number. You beat a team plus 23 on the boards. It makes you think it's a college team against a church league wide little under 16.
They're plus 8 on the Dogs right now, but Georgia hopefully with a second half to try to shore that up. Points off turnovers. Well, first of all, turnovers. Georgia 8, Tennessee 7. Points off turnovers. The Dogs with the edge there. So we've cleaned that up at least in the first half. 10-8. Georgia leads the points off turnovers category. Individually, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs is Braylon Bridges with 8. Oquendo has 7. Abdul Rahim off the bench with 7. For Tennessee, the leading scorer is Josiah Jordan James and Santiago Vescovi, each of those with 9. Vescovi with 3 threes in the first half. Georgia's 35, Tennessee's 35. We'll break the tie when we come back, get the second half started here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150, with its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport, with unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales only based on calendar year sales.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot, but I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the hearty multigrain and artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, there's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
With Chuck Dowdle, Scott Howard back with you. Adam Gillespie, our producer engineer here at courtside. Final home game of the year for the Georgia Bulldogs, and we're got a pretty good one cooking here, Chuck, with number 13 Tennessee. We're tied at 35 as we get the second half started.
Tell you what, it'd be a nice way to wrap up this what has been a tough home season with this win. We've got to go to Missouri on Saturday. That'll be the season finale, and then down to Tampa next week.
Tennessee with the ball to start the second half, and they'll work down on the left end of the floor. James off the left wing to Vescovy. Dogs open up in a man-to-man. Chandler at the foul line, drops it back behind him to Vescovy. They go into the post, and a lay-in is good by the big guy, Huntley Hatfield, as Jackson Etter tried to draw the charge. There was no call, and Jackson was on his backside, and Hatfield gets an easy lay-in to start the second half. Tennessee 37, Georgia 35. Pretty good chest bump back down there into the chest of Etter, by the way, but there was no whistle. Now Georgia will turn it over on our first offensive touch. Ball rolls away from us under the basket. Tennessee picks up. Vescovy for three. Won't go. Rebound tapped out by Tennessee. The big guy, Brandon Huntley Hatfield, the 6'10 freshman, got a hand on it, knocked it just north of the Tennessee bench, and their head coach, Rick Barnes, down there. 35 years on the bench for Rick Barnes, a record of 748 and 395. But his record all time against Georgia is just 4-7 and 3-5 in his time at Tennessee.
He's a good coach, though, I'll tell you.
Well, Tom Crean was telling us last night on the talk show that he feels like Rick Barnes is a no-brainer for the Hall of Fame, and why he's not already in is kind of the head-scratcher. Cook down the lane. Scoop shot, left it short off the right side of the rim in heavy traffic, but he got fouled, and Aaron will go to the line for free throws. 2 shots coming for the double transfer and graduate from St. Louis, Missouri.
That was a good, Aaron doing a great job there, penetration with the dribble. Not so good with the first free throw.
No, a little too deep on it. Aaron's at 69% this season. He misses his first opportunity. And the second one is in the air, and that one's good. Missed the first, made the second. He's got 6 points. This is his 162nd game of his career. That's the third most in NCAA history.
That is just mind-boggling.
Yep, that's a bunch. Woo. And Fulkerson for Tennessee's played in almost as many. He's in his 159th game. The big guy, Plavsic, went for a follow dunk, couldn't get it to go. Another offensive rebound. Tennessee lost it under the basket. They had 2 or 3 cracks at it.
Oh, my goodness. That's embarrassing.
Right around the rim, and these guys
missed three shots at point-blank range.
Plavsic's standing reach is 9 feet 4 3/4 and he couldn't make the basket.
Oh, jeez.
Dogs with the ball down a point, 37-36. Etter almost ran out of space on the right baseline. He curled around and found Cook open on the wing. Bridges has it now. 2 dribbles, hands it to Wright. Into the paint, open 3 for Oquendo. Good! All net, Cario Oquendo right in front of our bench. That's a Scana Energy 3 and a biggie. It puts the Dogs up 2 here in the second half.
I'll tell you, we struggled to get an open shot against Tennessee's tough defense. But that was an open one.
39-37. Chandler for 3. Misses open from the wing. Offensive rebound. The big Serbian. This time he doesn't miss. He rebounds and puts it back up and in. Uroš Plavsic with his first points of the game. And we're tied at 39 again. Cook with a ball in front court for Georgia. Bridges out front above the arc. Dribbles it twice. Hands it to Wright. It comes near side to Cook. Kennedy Chandler, the freshman's on him. Behind the back dribble for Cook. Drives down on the block. Hands on the dribbler, but no call. Chandler just took it away. He put both hands on Aaron and then took the ball away. Ball is loose on the floor. Kicked out to Vescovy for a 3. He missed it. One of their big men gets the rebound, Huntley Hatfield, and we hack him underneath the basket down to the left end of the floor. That's going to be on Christian Wright.
Yeah, they had great position underneath. Just an easy rebound for them, and we fouled them on the putback.
Huntley Hatfield is 6'10 and 246, and Uroš Plavsic is 7 feet 250, and both of them are on the floor at the same time. It's hard to get around the rim and off the glass when those two guys are on the floor. And Brandon Huntley Hatfield with the free throw that's up and in. That's his first point of the game. He averages 3.5, 3 rebounds a game. For the big freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. The big Serbian comes out for the Volunteers. One more free throw for the right-handed freshman. All net. He made them both, and now he will check out as well. John Fulkerson will come in, the super senior from Kingsport, Tennessee. As we said, this is his 159th career game. And for Cook, he's at 162. 41-39, Tennessee with a 2-point lead. Dogs with the ball. Cook dribbles on the far side of the floor. Sends it in on the bounce. That's a holding foul on the big freshman Jonas Adu. They were going into Bridges, and Adu just had a hold of him and wouldn't let him go, and he got called for the foul. That's his third.
I didn't have a good look at it, but that explains now why I thought, well, that was a bad pass. Braylon couldn't get to it because he was being held.
Bridges throws it into Oquindo right in front of the bucket in heavy traffic, a triple team, and still scores on a lay-in. Well, that was risky, but the risk paid off. A dozen points in the game now for Cario Oquindo. We're tied at 41. Tennessee through the lane with James going from right to left. He floats it up and in. Good. Points in the paint for Tennessee. Josiah Jordan James, good-looking player for the Volunteers. He's got 11. 43-41, Tennessee by 2. Dogs with the ball. Wright and Oquindo, original, Bridges, and Cook are 5 on the floor. Cario, straightaway 3. Deep NBA range. Count it!
I got to tell you something. Cario was calling for the ball back when he passed it because he knew I should have shot that. As soon as he got it back, he let it go.
He found the spot on the floor that said Scana Energy 3 right here, and he drained it. 44-43, Dogs by 1. Tennessee with the basketball. Chandler to his right to James. He hoists the 3 and buries it. They answer our 3 with one of their own and regain the scoring advantage, 46-44. 15-15 to go in the game. And it's a 2-point game.
Oh,
Wright
goodness.
misses a wide open layup. Floated it off the back rim, and it kicks away. That would have tied the game. Now Tennessee with a 3 from the right corner. We miss a 2, and they hit a 3 on the other end. And that was James again.
And there was nobody near him, too. He had plenty of time to just take his time and thread that needle for the 3.
Biggest lead for Tennessee in a while. 5 points. Their big lead of the game is 6, as is ours. 49-44. Cook drives, kick out, original, wide open 3. Too much on it. No good. Off the far side of the rim. Rebound, the big guy, Adu. It's 6'11". Vescovi's got it. Dribbles it into the front court. Drops it off to his right to Adu on the bounce. Hands it to Chandler. Penetrates. Bounce pass from up in the air. Bounce pass to his right in the paint. And a foul on the Dogs will stop the clock with 14:24 to go in the game. Foul on Georgia. We're down 5. 49-44. We'll go into a timeout with 14:24 to play. We'll tell you about the foul and what's going to happen on the other side of this timeout on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150. With its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport. With unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales only based on calendar year sales.
Bulldogs fans, ready for an easy assist to help lower your Georgia power bill? Team up with Energy Star LED light bulbs, which use up to 90% less energy than traditional bulbs. Georgia Power's lighting program makes the switch to LEDs affordable by offering a huge score. Instant rebates on select bulbs at participating retailers and online at the Georgia Power Marketplace. Find a participating retail team near you at georgiapower.com/lighting with the Find a Store tool, or look for our signs in the lighting aisle. LEDs give you the best shot at lowering your power bill. Join Team LED today.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
you closer to SEC sports than Sirius XM. We invite you to tune in to all your favorite shows on SEC Radio and follow your team off the season through postseason. Your team is covered anywhere you go, and now you can try out Sirius XM for free. Get a free trial to take your team with you on your phone, online, and at home. And start listening at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM. 49-44, Tennessee by 4. And a reminder for you tonight, fans, due to the President's State of the Union speech tonight, the region's post-game locker room report may be interrupted on one of the stations that you are listening to. However, we will be airing the post-game show in its entirety on AM 750 WSB. Again, don't miss the region's locker room report in its entirety immediately following the game on AM 750. The State of the Union is at 9 o'clock. There is a chance that we will be off the air by then. We shall see, but otherwise you're covered. You won't miss any of the post-game show as Fulkerson knocks down the free throw for Tennessee. The foul was on Bridges prior to the timeout. That's the second on Braylon tonight. And John Fulkerson now with 5 points. Left-handed super senior, free throw up and in good. He hit them both, 76% shooter this season. And Tennessee out to its largest lead of the game at 7 points, 51-44. Let's try to get it a little bit closer here. Oquendo drives, throws it up off the glass, no good. Reginald knocks the rebound out of the hands of one of their big guys. It goes rolling, picked up by Tennessee. And James with a three in the left corner for Tennessee. And Tom Crean immediately with a timeout. As for the first time in the game, Tennessee has stretched it out to a double-digit lead.
Tom Crean, as much as anything, wanted to talk to the official about why there was no call when Carriel went up down here right at the glass and got knocked to the floor, but there was no whistle.
Tennessee 54, Georgia 44, 13:59 to go in the game. Vols by 10, a timeout at Stegman. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
You have high standards for your health care. At Northside Hospital, this means consistency, expertise, and compassion for every patient. In neighborhoods across North Georgia, Northside provides the top caregivers to guide your health needs. From primary care and women's services to cancer, cardiac, orthopedic specialists, and more, we have a mission to heal and create a healthier future for you, your family, and our community. Take the next step at northside.com.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's just so much that's new with the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway restaurants that I can't possibly fit it all into just one radio spot, but I'm going to try. There are great new subs like the All-American Club, Turkey Cali Fresh, and the new Steak and Cheese. There are amazing new toppings like hickory smoked bacon, smashed avocado, and new mozzarella. There's new bread like the hearty multigrain and artisan Italia bread, and new sauces like the MVP Parmesan vinaigrette. And that's really all I have time for. You gotta refresh to be fresh. Only at Subway. Freshly prepared in front of you.
Put on your red and black, grab your foam finger, and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every three-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. The Scana Energy tote board tonight. Georgia 6 of 12 on three-pointers this evening. 2 of 3 here in the second half. Tennessee on an 11-0 run. Georgia had a 44-43 lead 2 minutes ago. And Tennessee exploded for 11 straight points. And now they lead at 54-44. Dogs with the ball in front court. Christian Wright with a right-hand dribble. Guarded by Kennedy Chandler, the freshman. Right into the paint. Distributes to Reginald. Drops it off on the bounce to Bridges. And Braylon will lay it up and in. All kinds of bodies down around the
my
basket.
goodness.
Now Chandler slashes through from the right side and gets to the rim and lays it up for Tennessee.
Well, we have to work so hard for our two, and then they come down and just run down, lay it up.
Quick answer by the Volunteers. Jabri for three, left corner. Side iron, no good. Rebound off the fingertips of Bridges. And Vescovy going to pull it in for Tennessee. The Vols in orange work down on the left end of the floor. Shot fake and a drive inside. Pull up two, won't go for Santiago Vescovy. Missed it left of the lane off the rim. Rebound to Georgia. Abdur Rahim will take it into the front court, then push it over to right. Christian holds the basketball, puts it on the floor, dribbles on the logo. 12:52 remaining in the game. Tennessee with a 10-point lead, 56-46. Bridges drives to the foul line, kick out right to Jabri, and a drive to the lane. Plavsic never knew where he was.
He
lost
stood
it
there and looked at
in
him.
traffic, and Jabri laid it up. Went right at him and then put it up off the glass. And ball deflected out of bounds on the left end of the floor. Cario Oquindo gets the deflection right on the baseline. Tennessee trying to pass it from one side of the floor to the next. So they'll inbound from the far right corner. Up 8, 56-48. And an 11-0 run to take their largest lead of the ballgame. Tennessee making some substitutions now. Vescovy comes out. Chandler to feed it in from the far corner. Over to James for a three. No good. Rebound and a quick out. Cario skies for a jam. It hits the back iron and bounces about 30 feet back in the other direction. But a whistle and a foul on Tennessee will send Oquindo to the line.
He gets elevation like nothing I've ever seen. This building was ready to explode if that had gone through.
Get a chance at two right here for Oquindo. And the foul on Josiah Jordan James, his third. Cario free throw. Ooh, kicks off the rim and no good. Oquindo has been to the line twice tonight and missed both foul shots. 74% shooter.
Boy.
He's got 15 points to lead Georgia tonight. Dogs trying to play catch-up. We're down 8 right now, and he will roll that one in there.
We're a good free throw shooting team, but we're only 3 for 7 tonight.
56-49. We're down 7 with 12:19 to go. Tennessee basketball. The little guy, Ziegler, holds on the wing, goes top of the key to Fulkerson. He'll give it to Plavsic. One dribble. Tennessee moves it around, back into the hand of the guard. Zakai Ziegler from Long Island, New York. Dribbles a couple of bounces, feeds it to Fulkerson. Spin move. Eder tried to draw another charge. They're not getting that call tonight. And Fulkerson left open, pushes it up and in with the left hand. 58-49, 9-point lead for Tennessee. Cook on the drive now for the Dogs. Left side lay in, won't go. Tipped away, may have been deflected close to the rim, I think, by the guys in orange. Tennessee with a takeaway. Fulkerson has it in the paint with his back to the basket. Goes out front to Ziegler. Drives right edge of the lane, kick it out into the corner. Turn fade by Bailey, stripped and stolen by Georgia. Jabri just ripped the ball right out of his hands and takes it into the front court for the Dogs.
Yeah, that was a nice pocket pick.
58-49, Tennessee. How are the Dogs going to answer the adversity of falling in a hole by double figures? Oquindo, three ball, left angle, won't go. Dipped in and came out. Rebound Tennessee. Long pass into the front court as Bailey slams on the brakes. Gets it back now to Chandler. Inside the arc, right of the circle, good. About a 19-footer for Kennedy Chandler. A long two, gets him into double figures now. Well, gets him to a dozen points, as a matter of fact, and it's 60-49. 11-point Tennessee lead. Oquindo in the front court. Going to try to drive on Bailey, who's called for a blocking foul. The transfer from Oregon with his first foul of the game, and that'll get us into a timeout. 10:38 to go here in the second half of the last home game of the year for Georgia. Tennessee's jumped out to a 60-49 lead on the Dogs here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Hey, Georgia fans, when it comes to home court advantage, you want your house looking its best. With a refinance from Rocket Mortgage, you can turn your home's equity into cash and renovate that spare room into a sparkling new fan cave. I know, it stopped us on a dime, too. When you want to upgrade your home game with a low rate, Rocket can. Rocket Mortgage, proud partner of Georgia Athletics.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Catches it with a spin move. Drop step to the baseline. Slam and jam. Steps back for three. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. And StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. Well, it was 44-43 with 15:56 to go, and in the last 5 minutes and change, Tennessee has worked themselves into a double-digit lead. They're up 11 right now, 60-49, and that is the largest lead of the game.
And most of it has been by our own doing. We've missed shots we shouldn't miss. We've turned the ball over, and we've let them have rebounds that we shouldn't let them have.
Georgia to inbound it here in the front court. Oquendo's toss to Cook is tapped up twice. Finally collected by Vescovy. Up ahead into the front court to Ziegler, and Ziegler contested will take it in and lay it up for Tennessee.
And we've thrown it away on inbounds passes. Did I mention that? I meant to.
Dogs with the ball try to recover from that now, 62-49. I just don't get it why you don't just throw it in the backcourt.
You got that big old backcourt.
There's all that space back there nobody's using. Oquendo slashes right to left. We get him the ball with Bridges. A 6-foot pass. He tries to arch his body and crank it back around and score from the left side of the rim, but to no avail. Tennessee with a rebound and a run out on the other end, and they throw it away. They turn it over, trying to fast break us. And Georgia will get it right back.
Let me just say, I'm not questioning how hard these kids are playing. Our kids are playing hard, but they're just making mistakes that they shouldn't be making.
Dogs in the front court. Down 13, turn it over at half court. Tennessee, Chandler drives, blocked by Jabri Abdur-Rahim, but I think he got contact too. Got him in the face maybe. And they call a foul, yeah. When he went to swipe for the block, he got Chandler in the head. First foul on Jabri, and free throws coming for Tennessee. Stops the clock with 9:45 remaining.
Jabri with a bad pass that was picked off, and then he complicated it with the foul.
And that'll send the 6-foot guard from Memphis, Tennessee, Kennedy Chandler, to the line. 63% shooter.
And I got to Jabri tonight, he's been one of the guys that's really gone hard, for us out there. I mean, you can just tell the energy and effort he's putting forth out there tonight.
Yeah, 9 points, 3 rebounds off the bench for the Dogs this evening. Free throw number 1 by Chandler is good, and free throw number 2 a lot cleaner, and it goes all net. 64-49. And the Dogs, unfortunately, are in one of those little scoring lulls, approaching almost 3 minutes without a point. Noah Bauman's checked back in for Georgia. Eder inbounds the ball to him, up ahead to Cook, spinning from the left angle, into the paint, under the basket, layup good, Aaron Cook. He's got 8. 64-51. Breaks almost a 3-minute scoring drought for the Dogs. Ziegler tries to push it up inside the foul line. Rolls off the rim into the left corner. And check the call. Michael Roberts, the referee, in the scramble for the loose ball. They say Tennessee touched it out on the sideline.
Well, they're debating it. They're saying the official, the guy that matters, is saying it's Georgia's ball. Rick Barnes is saying no.
I think he's kind of listening. Two players are arguing with the official, and Rick Barnes was just kind of standing there listening to the conversation, but the ball's going to go Georgia's way.
Yeah. Those guys in striped shirts usually win those arguments.
Cario comes out of the ball game. I think he took an elbow to the belly or to the stomach. He was complaining to the coach when he came by.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking real good. 64-51, 13-point lead for Tennessee. Dogs with the ball. Bridges puts it on the floor. Spin move down to the lane against Fulkerson. Will lay it up and in at point-blank range. Dozen points for Braylon Bridges tonight. The lead is 11 now for Tennessee. Ball is loose on the perimeter, picked up by Ziegler off the bounce. We didn't have a player in the area to scramble for it. Long three by Chandler off the rim, no good.
Jackson.
And Eder was getting the rebound, and Tennessee fouls him with John Fulkerson. That's his first foul. And that's the team's 5th. Bauman will inbound back on the other end. We're down 11 with 8:40 to go. Cook trots it across the timeline for Georgia. Flips it over to Abdur-Rahim. Sends the ball to Eder. Now to Bauman on the left wing, guarded by Vescovy. Out front to Abdur-Rahim. Whistle and a foul down on the baseline, down in the post. Brandon Huntley Hatfield, the freshman working against Braylon Bridges, gets called for the foul.
Well, the next one on them, and we're in the bonus.
Yeah, we need some trips to the line tonight, and we're just 3 for 7 from the stripe. Tennessee's perfect, 8 for 8. And Georgia's leading the SEC in free throw percentage at 79%. Bauman straightaway 3. Tried to bank it in, missed it. Wrestle for the rebound. Squirts out of the hands of Fulkerson and Bridges over to Cook on the right side. Dogs get a redo. Aaron Cook dribbles between the circles, behind the screen. Here comes a 3. Good! He popped it. Aaron Cook with a screen from Bridges. He'll get a partial assist for that.
All right, you were down 15. You got it back to 8. What does Kirby say? Keep chopping.
64-56. 7:43 to go. Tennessee with the basketball and the lead by 8. Oh, gets away from Vescovy, rolls to the sideline before he can chase it down. He couldn't quite recover. Tried to get it before it rolled out of bounds, but it touches the sideline, and Tennessee turns it over. The Dogs will have the ball after the timeout. 7:36 remaining in the game. Dogs trying to make a push. We trail Tennessee 64-56 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Do you know what's great about being a Kroger Boost member? Well, for starters, free delivery on orders of $35 or more. Yep, you'll get free delivery on all the Kroger products you love. And as a Kroger Boost member, you'll get more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Sign up today at Kroger.com. Restrictions may apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
This is Matt Siraj, 4th generation owner of Community Coffee. My great grandfather named it Community, just out of appreciation and respect for his friends and neighbors. And for 100 years, our family has been about 2 things: great tasting coffee and great people. And as America's #1 family-owned retail coffee brand, we believe it's our responsibility to continue to give them the best tasting coffee experience possible. And it's why we're excited for you to discover your new favorite blend. Look for Community Coffee at a store near you.
Georgia basketball is driven by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. So visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. 64-56, Tennessee by 8. Their large lead was 15 with 9:45 to go. So in the last 2 minutes, the Dogs have almost cut it in half. Georgia's big lead of the game came in the first half at 6 points. And our last lead was at 44-43 with 15:56 to go in this half. And then Tennessee had an 11-0 run, and they went up double figures, and they've been in front ever since.
They stretched it out to 15, but now we've got it back to 8.
And we've got the ball. Cook for 3, right side. Off the rim, no good. Eder with an offensive rebound. Came in high from the left side. Whips it over to right. The Dogs get another crack at it.
Oh, that's a big rebound there.
Tremendous effort by Jackson Eder. Cook, fancy dribbling, fancy footwork. Inside the arc, right side. Draws contact, puts it in the air with 3 on the shot clock. That's a move by a guy who's played 162 games right there.
That's a guy who knows what he's doing.
As he draws the foul and the contact from Santiago Vescovi, his third. And that puts Cook at the foul line. Well, he was running out of time, so.
Well, it also puts the Dogs in the bonus.
And the free throw by Cook is good. 12 points for Aaron tonight on senior night. I was talking to Adam. I think this might be his third senior night in his college career. From Southern Illinois to Gonzaga to here. And Aaron nails them both. 13 points. Now for Aaron Cook, we get to within 6. 64-58. A lot of time remaining. 7 minutes to play. Tennessee basketball. They spread us out, work it around the perimeter. Far side of the floor, Kennedy Chandler. Check a whistle and a foul. And that's on Dalen Riginal. Not on the ball, right around the middle of the floor at the foul line. Riginal called for his first. And the team's fourth. John Fulkerson will come in for Uroš Plavšić. The big 7-foot Serb goes to the bench. Tennessee inbounds. Fulkerson dribbles across the top of the key. Wanted to hand it off to Chandler, but Cook wouldn't let him, so he goes to Ziegler left. Tries to drive by Eder. Puts the shot up. Jackson blocked it. Riginal takes it out of the air for the Dogs. Cook's got it. Backs his way in from the left side. Scoops it over to Dalen. Thought about the 3. Didn't pull the trigger. Gives it to Wright. Wright will back up near the half-court line. 6:23 on the game clock. We're down 6 with the ball. Eder spins away from a double team. Picks up his dribble. Comes near side to Bauman. Bauman over to Cook. 5 to shoot. Aaron scoops it back. Noah. Good look at the basket. Deep 3. Too deep. Off the back rim. Offensive rebound. Riginal goes back up and puts it in.
Riginal with that. I tell you what, he's got a good body for rebound, and he created a little space in there.
Dalen makes it a 4-point game. Tennessee 64, Georgia 60 with less than 6 minutes to play. Vols number 13 in the country, trying to win their 3rd straight. Vescovi for 3, off the side of the rim, no good. Riginal, another rebound for the Dogs. Cook's got it into the front court. Aaron behind the back dribble, step back, crossover. Trying to work against Vescovi. Stays right with the Georgia super senior. Aaron now trots to the other side of the floor. Screen and roll Bauman into the corner. Give him the ball. Going to drive on the baseline. Kick out front of the head of the key. Over to Wright for a 3. Short side iron. Rebound. They chase it. Ziegler and Wright going for it. And Ziegler, I think, threw it off Christian Wright. Going out of bounds in the far corner. It's going to belong to Tennessee.
I tell you what, Tennessee, when they get their backs to the wall, their defense really ratchets up. They were pressuring the Dogs. I mean, pushing us out. Way out of our comfort zone.
64-60, Vols by 4. They've got the ball. Ziegler walks it into the front side for the Volunteers. To Chandler on the right wing. Get it back over to Ziegler now. Top of the key. Works against Eder. Quick ball movement for the Volunteers. James out of the corner. Goes top of the key, Kennedy Chandler with 8 on the shot clock. He backs up, works against Cook. Sends it on a bounce into the paint to Fulkerson. Off his hands and out of bounds. It's going to be Georgia basketball. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID, Bulldogs Sports Network. Tennessee turned it over. Dogs have it in the front court. Originals picked up his dribble. Cook comes to bail him out. Curls around behind him.
Pressure.
Aaron Cook into the paint. Step back 2. Straddles the foul line. Gives it over to Original on the left side. 4 to shoot. Dalen forces up.
That's just
an unwise shot.
Listen, that's
He hit
all
the
because
backboard.
of Tennessee's defense.
Yep. He had a man right on him and just jumped and forced it with 4 seconds to go. They get it in deep to Fulkerson. He backs Original down under the basket and scores from the left side. 10 points for the super senior for Tennessee, John Fulkerson. 66-60 Vols. Lead by 6. Dogs ball. Less than 4 minutes to play here at Stegman. Cook's got it on the logo. Pulls the ball from left side to right side and sends it over to right on the left side of the floor. Back to Aaron Cook for a 3 off the rim. Had a good look at it. It was right on line. Just caromed off the rim. Tennessee basketball. 6-point lead for the Vols. Trying for their 22nd win of this season and their first win in Athens. They haven't won here since 2011. They've lost the last 6 on this floor. Fulkerson, baseline spin move. Fadeaway 2, good from 10 feet. He's got a dozen.
And just like that, I mean, this is what happens when Tennessee, like when they tighten that defense and you can't get good looks, good shots, and knock anything down, that gives them plenty of time to find their game offensively.
And they're up 8 again. Wright drives on James, the defender. He's called for the foul and incredulous with the call. Now we'll discuss it with the officials. 2 guys blew the whistle on him. He's going to pick one of the officials to debate it with, but that's the call. And another call is the timeout with 3:01 to go in the game. Tennessee 68, Georgia 60. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Put on your red and black, grab your foam finger, and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldog sports.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas. White Plains, New York.
(68-60), Tennessee leading Georgia with 3:01 to go. Having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions lets you say "Go Dogs" every time you pay. Visit Regions.com/Go Dogs to order yours today. Here's your Regions recap. We were knotted at 35 at halftime, Georgia and Tennessee, and the game was back and forth for most of this contest. We've had 8 ties and 15 lead changes, but a second-half surge by Tennessee and an 11-0 run gave them a double-digit lead for the first time. They went up by as much as 15 here in this half with 9:45 to play. Georgia whittled it down to 6 a few moments ago. Tennessee's got it at an 8-point lead right now. We're shooting 47%. They're at 44%. And the leading scorers in the game are Oquendo for the Dogs with 16 and James for Tennessee with 20. We're at the line now. Christian Wright shooting a pair of free throws here, a freshman from Alpharetta.
We don't have a margin for error here now.
And that free throw will rattle out. It wanted to jump out of there, but it fell in through. Thank you to gravity for that Christian Wright free throw. His second of the night. He's got 2 points. Deep breath. 3 bounces, and in the air it goes, all net. Christian 2 for 2 at the line. It's a 6-point game again, 68-62. Tennessee will bring it into the front court with less than 3 minutes to go. Vols by 6, and the guys in orange have the ball. Chandler and Ziegler, their 2 guards, play catch out at the head of the key. Chandler, high left wing, backs away from Cook, gives it to the big guy, Plavsic. Over to Vescovy with 7 to shoot. Chandler through the lane, feeds into the corner. And I got screened out, but we ended up with the ball. Jackson Etter.
We blocked it, and Etter took it out of the air.
Jackson Etter with a block shot and a steal. Tom Crean was right in front of me. I couldn't see anything in that far corner, but the Dogs have the ball, down 6 with a chance to cut it in half with a 3. Cook for 3, left corner, no off the rim, rebound. Tennessee big guy Plavsic pulls it down.
Yeah, we got to get those 3 shots coming from Noah or Jabri.
Oquendo's been hot recently. We're just 3 of 13 on threes in the half. And Tennessee will call a timeout, a 30-second timeout right here as they work with 1:59 to go in the game, up 6. They'll have the ball in the front court. We'll keep it right here and remind you that the President's State of the Union speech is coming up tonight at 9 o'clock. And it is possible the Region's postgame locker room report could be interrupted on one of the stations that you're listening to right now. However, the postgame coverage will be airing in its entirety on AM 750. Again, so don't miss the Region's locker room report in its entirety immediately following the game on AM 750. 1:59 to play in the game, 68-62. Tennessee has a 6-point lead, and they have the ball. Georgia's just 1 for its last 7 shots and no field goals, Chuck, in the last 4 minutes and change.
Well, that kills you, doesn't it? Those kind of droughts.
But it's a 2-possession game right now. And anything could happen in the final 1:59. Tennessee inbounds with 15 on the clock. Slashing move to the basket.
Wide open.
Fulkerson, the Chandler, and a layup good. I'm assuming that's the play that was drawn up in the timeout huddle.
It sure was easy, wasn't
and it was executed perfectly. 70-62 now. It's an 8-point lead for Tennessee. Dogs to the rack with Oquendo stretching and leaning, trying to finger roll it in traffic. And that's unsuccessful. Tennessee with a rebound. Vols with a basketball. Chandler. Two coaches out wanting Cook to come out and foul Chandler. We had Steve McLean out on the floor yelling and Tom Crean out on the floor yelling for Aaron Cook to foul. Because that's our 5th foul, so they're not going to be in the bonus. We've got to foul a couple more times here with 1:25 to go. 70-62, Volunteers with an 8-point lead. And Cook will be called for another foul. He's got 3 now. And that's our 6th. So the next one will put Tennessee on the line with 1:22 to go.
Which is what we're trying to get, is Tennessee to the line.
James to inbound, just to the right of the basket, or right of the bench for Tennessee. And now Etter with a reach-around foul on Kennedy Chandler, who's a 63% shooter. That's the first foul on Jackson Etter, and that's the 7th team foul, so now it's a 1-and-1 for the Volunteers with 81 seconds to go, and they lead by 8. Chandler, 6-foot freshman guard.
Tom Crean looking for noise.
Anything the fans can add will be appreciated, like that missed free throw right there by Chandler. That's appreciated. Dogs pick up the rebound. There were no orange shirts around it. Etter in the far corner. Cuts it to a slashing, or passes to a slashing Aaron Cook, who drives and lays it up from the left side.
All right.
Eder gets the assist. Cook now
Full
with
court.
15 points. Pressure by the Dogs in the backcourt. Oquendo with an foul on Vescovy in the backcourt.
Yeah, I don't think that's the guy you wanted to foul, though.
76% at the line. He was perfect against Auburn on Saturday, 6 for 6 in their 5-point victory over the number 3 team in the nation. He'll go to the line here for a 1-and-1 with 57.9 seconds to go, and it's a 6-point Tennessee lead, 70-64. Vescovy, 6'3", junior. Left-handed shooter. Ball's in the air, and it's all net. Good. That's his first point of the second half, and he's one of their leading scorers on the team. Actually, he and Kennedy Chandler are tied for the scoring lead on this Tennessee roster, 13.5 points a game. Vescovy's second free throw's in the air, and he makes them both. Back up to 8 points, 72-64. Less than a minute to go. Cook with the ball down the lane, layup blocked out by Fulkerson and out of bounds over the inline, left of the lane. Georgia will inbound the ball from that spot. Bridges to throw it in. Cutting to the basket is Eder. Send it in to him. Jackson, layup, good. Nice out-of-bounds play by the Dogs. 72-66. Tennessee with the lead. Vescovy up the near sideline, trapped in the corner. Double teamed by Cook and Abdur Rahim. Gets a pass up the wing to James, and Eder comes over quickly and fouls him. Josiah Jordan James, a 79% foul shooter, former McDonald's All-American, is their leading scorer tonight with 20 points in the game, looking for 21 here. 6'6" junior from Charleston, South Carolina. His second trip to the line tonight. Left-handed shooter, free throws in the air, and it's good. Tennessee, a good foul shooting team as well. They're fifth in the league at 74%. Georgia is first in the conference.
And they're showing it here down the stretch.
73-66. Clock stopped with 39.2 to go. And James makes both foul shots. So back up to 8 points, 74-66. Cook into the front court on an angle at a pretty good pace, and a foul on the wing against Vescovy. That's not what Tennessee wanted, but they'll put the Dogs on the line with the clock stopped at 32.8.
Well, Scott, I'll tell you what, though, Tennessee's probably going to get out of here with a win, but make no mistake about it, this was their defense that won this game for them.
Cook, free throw number 1 is good. Aaron with 16 points tonight. Second free throw's in the air, strips it, all net. 17 points for Cook, 74-68. Back to a 6-point game with 32.8 to go. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Tennessee to inbound against full court pressure. Chandler back and forth under the basket. Can't get it in, and they use one of those 2 timeouts as Rick Barnes will ask for time and get it. 32.8 seconds remain on the clock. Tennessee couldn't get the ball in comfortably, at least not for Kennedy Chandler. He was moving back and forth under the basket and couldn't find anybody to throw it into.
Yeah, they couldn't get it in at all. I mean, Georgia had everybody covered up.
Tennessee calls a 30. They lead by 6. Shooting 52% here in the second half. Georgia's percentage has dropped to 41% in the second half. Tennessee went on an 11-0 run to come from 1 down and take a double-digit lead with about 13 minutes to go in the game, and they've been in front ever since. Georgia's been playing catch-up since that time, trying to end a 9-game losing streak tonight in the last home game of the year. Tennessee will try to inbound it again, this time a different guy. Brandon Huntley Hatfield at 6'10", the freshman. will throw it in. And he throws it into Ziegler. Goes through his legs. Georgia picks it up. Cook over to Eder for three. No short side iron rebound, Tennessee.
Wow. He had a good look at it. Oh, my goodness.
Tennessee will go to the line on the other end after the foul and the missed three. 25.9 to go.
My goodness, if that had gone.
2 shots now for the Volunteers, double bonus the rest of the way. This will be James at the line. 22 points and hoping for more here for the Tennessee junior. Left-handed shooter. Made his last 2 a few moments ago. That one will not go. Front of the rim and off, no good. 74-68. It's still a 6-point game. Noah Bauman will come in for Jackson Eder. Noah has not made a 3 tonight. Maybe this would be a good time for one when we get the ball back. He's 0 for 3 on 3-pointers. James' second free throw is good. So they lead by 7 now, 75-68. Georgia hustles it into the front court. Cook, foul line, fadeaway 2, no good. Rebound, Tennessee, 16 seconds to go. And will the Dogs foul again? Bauman going to play a little defense as Vescovy gets it into the front court. And Tennessee will dribble out the clock with 5 seconds to play. Tennessee and Georgia will end right now with the Volunteers winning at 75-68.
Well, they came in here as a heavy double-digit favorite. And believe me, Rick Barnes, if you were to ask him right this minute, he's darn happy to get out of here with a victory. But make no mistake, Tennessee's defense was the difference in this game. They made Georgia really uncomfortable that last 8 minutes of the game after the Dogs had dug themselves out of a 15-point hole and gotten back to within striking distance. Boy, Tennessee's defense just picked it up a notch, pushed us outside. We, as you mentioned, we went, what was it, over 4 minutes without a field goal.
Yeah.
And that's what really did us in.
Well, that's been their method of madness all season long for the most part. Tennessee relies heavily on its defensive play, and boy, they lead the league in points allowed, or they're tied for first. They only give up 66 points a game. Look what we got. We got 68 tonight. Outstanding defensive team, and they get the win tonight. They're 22nd of the season now, 22-7 and 13-4 in the SEC. They coming into tonight, they were just 1 game out of first in the race for the regular season SEC title, just 1 game behind Auburn. You had 3 teams tied at 12-4. And the top 4 for the SEC tournament next week already settled. It's Auburn and Kentucky, Arkansas, and Tennessee. And those 4 teams will be the top 4 seeds in some form.
In some form or another.
They win it tonight here over Georgia, 75-68. The Dogs' losing streak continues, unfortunately. 10 in a row now for the Dogs. Georgia last lost 11 straight back in 2009. They hope not to get there on Saturday when we go to Missouri. But it's a long one, and it's a frustrating one at this point. 6-24 is our record now, and 1-16 in the Southeastern Conference. 75-68, the final. Tennessee over Georgia. Stay tuned for the Regions Locker Room Report. Brought to you by Regions, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll continue from Athens after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Do you know what's great about being a Kroger Boost member? Well, for starters, free delivery on orders of $35 or more. Yep, you'll get free delivery on all the Kroger products you love. And as a Kroger Boost member, you'll get more rewards too, like double fuel points on everything you buy. Experience a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year with Boost by Kroger Plus. Sign up today at Kroger.com. Restrictions may apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's time
to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This is Matt Siraj, fourth generation owner of Community Coffee. My great grandfather named it Community, just out of appreciation and respect for his friends and neighbors. And for 100 years, our family has been about two things: great tasting coffee and great people. And as America's #1 family-owned retail coffee brand, we believe it's our responsibility to continue to give them the best tasting coffee experience possible. And it's why we're excited for you to discover your new favorite blend. Look for Community Coffee at a store near you.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions, get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Back here at Stegman Coliseum in Athens, Tennessee a winner over Georgia tonight, 75-68, as the Vols win their 22nd of the season. Georgia loses for the 24th time this season, and this was a tight ball game. It was even at the half. It was even for the first few minutes of the second half, and Georgia just had that one blink, and that's all Tennessee needed to go on an 11-0 run and take a double-figure lead, and then Georgia was playing catch-up the rest of the half, and stayed pretty even with them. I mean, shoot into a 15-point lead, got it down to 6 several times here late in the ball game, but not enough to get over the hump. And Tennessee hits their free throws down the stretch. They were 13 of 15 at the line tonight, and they win the game by 7.
Yeah, you know, we're one of those teams that when we're playing this high above us talent-wise, you're playing the 13th ranked team in the country, and I think he's probably even better than that. This Tennessee team is really good, particularly they're good defensively, and that's going to win them. That's going to carry them, I believe, a pretty good way in the tournament. And I'm not talking about just the SEC tournament, but our margin for error is so small, and we were lead changes, and then we missed that one little layup at the basket. Point blank at the basket there about 5 or 6 minutes into the second half. And like you said, that you open the door a little bit for them, they boom, next thing you know, you're down 15. And from there, we were just trying to dig out, and their defense is too good to allow you to dig out of a 15-point hole.
Well, and it was, I think it was either tied or it was a 1-point lead for us at the time. We missed that lay-in, and then Tennessee on that same play comes down and gets a 3 on the other end.
I think we were 1 point down. Had we laid that in, we'd have gone up 1. It was one of those seesaw things. I wrote it down. Let me look back.
You're going to check your notes.
Yeah, it was no, you're right. It was 44-43 us. So that would have been a big layup to get.
Yeah, we would have been up 3, and as it was, we miss. They rebound and go down and hit a 3 on the other end, and that was kind of that was in that 11-0 run that they generated and went up eventually by 15 points. As Tennessee wins at 75-68. This is the Regions Locker Room Report, by the way, where you can get the Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. You want to select our IBEW player of the game? Kerry Oquindo had 16 points tonight. Cook with 17 points. Bridges with a dozen. If you want to go a little bit deeper, I thought Jackson Etter gave us
a lot tonight.
Good minutes tonight. 7 points, 5 rebounds. He had 2 blocked shots.
I got to tell you, for his last game on this floor, 17 points from Aaron Cook tonight, and on senior night, and, he had to adjust to those emotions. And how many? 162.
Yeah, his 162nd game, third most in NCAA history.
Yeah, let's make him our player of the game.
All right, Aaron Cook with 17 points, 4 more assists too, by the way, and Cook now with 160 assists this season, and that's top 5 on the all-time season list at the University of Georgia. He now has 469 career assists in his long college career. Aaron Cook is our IBEW player of the game. It's brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. We are Georgia's electricians. Visit IBEW613.org. Tennessee defeats Georgia tonight here in Athens, 75-68. One more game to go in the regular season for the Dogs. We'll be at Missouri Saturday afternoon, Columbia, Missouri, for a 3:30 Eastern Time start to take on the Tigers. But more to come here on the Regions Locker Room Report right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Play Cash Pop's Tiny Home Giveaway, and you could win a tiny home that can be anything, like a retreat for her. Or a space just for him.
All right, let's go.
Your tiny home could be a workout palace, a wilderness retreat. It could even be a space where, you just live. Play Cash Pop January 31st through March 6th, and you could win a tiny home with an estimated value of $190,000. You could even just take the cash if you like. So play Cash Pop from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
You have high standards for your health care. At Northside Hospital, this means consistency, expertise, and compassion for every patient. In neighborhoods across North Georgia, Northside provides the top caregivers to guide your health needs. From primary care and women's services to cancer, cardiac, orthopedic specialists, and more, we have a mission to heal and create a healthier future for you, your family, and our community. Take the next step at northside.com.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Being a baseball fanatic like me can be stressful. It's not all sports points and touchdowns. So Progressive is going to help you take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they missed that goal point score, think about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, letting you choose coverage options based on your budget, unlike your team that missed the end zone net area. Well, anyway, hope this distraction about Progressive's Name Your Price tool was helpful. It sure kept me from thinking about all those penalty balls. Yay, sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Original got pushed to the floor trying to scramble for the rebound.
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Now there's the highlight play. Carry Oquindo curls around from the left corner.
Oh, my goodness.
They gave him the ball on a scoop. Look at Original holding his head in amazement with his mouth wide open after that play by Oquindo. If you couldn't tell, it was a dunk. We probably forgot to mention that. My goodness, just exploded out of nowhere. Cario Oquindo with the ultimate drive of the game.
It was a tap in.
Yeah. Finger roll. Finessed it in.
Oh, my goodness.
The ultimate drive of the game is driven by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics.
And if you missed that one, what you can do is you can watch ESPN's top 10 plays, because I got a feeling that dunk will be on there.
I would imagine, yeah, he's putting quite a reel together this season. Cario Oquendo, a sophomore from Titusville, Florida, usually supplies the fans with one or two of those just about every game. And he had 16 points tonight. Second leading scorer in the game for Georgia behind Aaron Cook. But the Bulldogs fall to Tennessee by a final of 75-68. This is the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get the Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Tennessee with a lot of defense in the second half, and they had enough offense, too. They shot better in the second half than they did in the first half. 52% from the field in the final 20 minutes. They ended up at 44% for the game, which is just a little bit above their average, which surprisingly is last in the league in conference games. 41% is the worst shooting percentage, field goal percentage in the SEC. And to counter that, Georgia is second best field goal percentage in conference games, but we're at 45%. So you can see the margin there is very short between 45 and 41%. And it only takes a play or two here and there to decide a lot of these games.
Oh, in this conference, no doubt. You're exactly right, Scott. And you know, this is a good time too to mention something about the support that Georgia fans really, I think, get underrated on basketball. They come out and cheer and yell and holler and really support.
And that's just at us.
Yeah, at us. Yeah,
not necessarily the cheering part, but
the hollering
and yelling and finger pointing.
But no, I do want to say that the fans deserve a real tip of the hat for the way they've gone about doing their job this season. They've shown up and shown out, and it's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, the attendance tonight was 6,000, listed officially at 6,139 for the final home game of the season for the Bulldogs. And there were some Tennessee folks here tonight, and it was I don't know, we were trying to figure out which opponent may have had the most fans in the building over the course of the season. Tennessee kind of stands out just because of the color, so orange is easy to see in the building.
Adam mentioned that Auburn, and I do remember now, Auburn had a lot of fans that came over from made a short drive over and drove up ticket prices outside the building.
Yeah, that was a sellout that day.
But nevertheless, they couldn't overtake the building. Georgia still, we still did the job that we needed to do to support the team, and again tonight. So, just a big thank you to all the Georgia fans. It's not just in football that the Dog fans show up and support their teams.
And Tennessee will get out of the building here with a win tonight, which is exactly what they were looking for, because they go home now to host Arkansas, and that should be a whale of a game on Saturday in Knoxville at 12 o'clock. Tennessee already the recipient of a double bye in next week's SEC tournament down in Tampa. So they'll play Arkansas Saturday, and they won't play again until Friday down in the SEC tournament. Georgia will play at Missouri on Saturday, and then we'll turn around and play Wednesday. Game number 2, the exact tip time is unknown. It's 25 minutes after the first game, but we know Georgia will be the 14th seed in the tournament, and we'll play the second game on Wednesday night at the SEC tournament in Tampa. So that's what's left on the schedule for these Bulldogs. They'll go to Missouri and try to end this losing streak, which has now reached 10 games, unfortunately, for the Dogs. 75-68, our final tonight, Tennessee over Georgia. We hope to catch up with Bulldogs head coach Tom Crean before we get out of here tonight. The President's State of the Union address is coming up at 9, so we hope to be off the air by then so that the stations that are carrying that will be able to free and clear. Just in case there's any run over, AM 750 will carry the basketball broadcast in its entirety, so you won't miss any of the post-game show should we go that long, but that's still a little bit away. We'll continue with more of the Regions Locker Room Report from Stegman Coliseum in just a moment. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order your Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions today. 75-68, our final. Tennessee a winner over Georgia. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs! Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
For up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Put on your red and black, grab your foam finger, and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Hey, Ray Magliozzi here. I'd like to carry more parts at my shop, but I just don't have the room. Every time I go in the back to get wiper blades, I trip over a dusty crate of Honda air filters, then bang my head on some GTO radiator hoses. eBay Motors never has that problem. They stock all the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them, with everything from new headlights to vintage gear shifters. I can't imagine being able to stock 122 million parts. I mean, where would I get all those shelves? eBay Motors. Let's ride.
And welcome back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studio. Zach Joel here with you as the Regions Bank Locker Room Show continues with a check of scores around the nation. We'll start in the SEC. 2 games in progress right now. These are the 7 o'clock tip-off games. Number 7, Kentucky, up over Ole Miss at home, 70-56, 5:51 to go in the second half there. And the battle for 2 teams in the bottom 4 of the SEC, South Carolina leading 47-40 over Missouri, 10:34 to go in the second half there. Here we got Coach Crean now. Let's head back to Stegman Coliseum.
All right, Zach, thank you very much. As we get a quick update from the studio, and now we go to the coach's locker room where Coach Tom Crean is standing by. And, Tom, your thoughts on this one?
Well, as I just told the team, I'm trying to find on the stat sheet, where we lost the game. I mean, and we played them toe-to-toe, the whole way, right into the last minute or so. And they made a couple more that we didn't. And these guys fought their butts off.
They did.
They fought their butts off. It's
against a really tough team.
Well, against a team that could win the national championship. There's some teams in our league that could do that. They're certainly one of them. They're relentless. They're deep. They're tough. They're strong. They got bigs. They got guards. They shoot the ball. They got veterans. They're a tremendous team. And but we went toe to toe, and I really felt like we would. And my stomach didn't hurt today. It's these guys, they battle. They battle, and I got to believe our fans can see that. They don't ever come in here and practice like what their record says. I'm certainly not trying to coach like their record says, and we just battle, and we just fell a little short, and I feel bad for them because they put so much into this, and we were right there, and they never flinched. They just made a couple more plays than we did at the very end.
And Coach, that's it. There was just a missed layup here, a missed 3, and sometimes they just don't go.
Yeah, and we missed a couple. Yeah, we definitely, and we'll probably watch the film and wonder why we didn't get some plays on contact. But it's a good officiating crew, so we deal with it. But we missed a couple plays. Right, you get a couple layups back. You get Christians down the lane, and he didn't use the board or dunk it. those are the kind of things. He's so open. He just laid it up and it went off the back rather than using the board or dunking the ball. But our guys, they're resilient, right? I mean, this is hard. Okay, I know it's hard for the fans. When you like a team and it's not winning, man, it is unbelievably hard for these kids to go through this. But their level of toughness and care is enormous, and our job is to give them every opportunity. I left here Saturday night after a noon game, might have been 11 o'clock, right? Because you're studying this team. Like, how can we get our team to understand they can win this? And we just didn't. But I appreciate our fans, appreciate them all year. It's crazy, right? 2 years ago, for 2 years, we set attendance records, and then COVID hit. And so we didn't have anything like that last year. And our fans have been fantastic this year. I appreciate every one of them, the way that they come. And it's tough. I feel for our kids beyond what I can tell you.
Tom, did you feel like you cleaned up some of the things that were missing defensively from the previous game that you?
Oh yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, absolutely. And we were fresh and energetic and yeah, absolutely. I mean, they shot a little better in the second half, obviously, than what we did. The threes were, it was 1-3 difference, second chance points, which we were definitely afraid of in this game. We actually ended up having one more. I mean, they're coming off a 53-54 rebound game. But, I really guess at the end of the day, they made a couple more of their close shots, layup-wise, than we did. So I guess that would be the one area, if I look back at the game, and that's what we had. But these guys they're battlers, man. I love coaching these kids. I really do.
We got another opportunity on Saturday. As you have to get ready for Missouri and go on the road. So another chance there as we wind up the regular season.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And we just gotta, we won't go tomorrow, so we just got to come back and have that level of energy that we've had the last couple of days and figure it out. And then let's go to Tampa. So I just love coaching these guys. I can't express it enough. I mean, I really do. I love coaching in general, but I just love coaching these guys because they're not giving in. This is just so hard, and they don't give in, right? They don't give in. They learn to believe, and I think we just got to continue to do the best we can the rest of the season.
Tom, thanks very much. We appreciate your time.
Thanks to all the fans, too, for all year, for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, there's Coach Tom Green from the Bulldogs locker room, the coaches' locker room, following tonight's contest against Tennessee. The Volunteers on top in this one, 75-68. Let's run through the final numbers for you. They're brought to you by Northside Hospital. They brought their legacy of quality health care to Gwinnett County. Today, Northside is expanding resources and facilities in Lawrenceville, Duluth, Brazelton, and in other communities near you. Northside is proud to serve Gwinnett and to serve your families. To learn more, visit northside.com. Team stats, we'll start there. Georgia for the game shot 45%, 26 of 58. The Dogs were 7 of 23 on three-pointers, 30%, and 9 of 13 at the foul line, 69%. Tennessee finished the game at 44% shooting, 27 of 61. They were 8 of 25 on threes, 32% there, and 13 of 15 at the free throw line. Very high percentage, right at 87% for the ball game. They out-rebounded the Dogs by 11, 39 to 28. It is a very big team with Adu at 6'11", and Huntley Hatfield at 6'10", and Plavsic at 7 feet. It's hard for them to lose the rebounding battle, and they did not tonight. And as Coach Green pointed out, they were plus 23 on Auburn on Saturday with 54 rebounds, the most they had collected in 7 years. So they win the rebounding battle.
That's unbelievable.
By 11.
To get that many rebounds?
Yeah.
That's just
that is a bunch. Georgia had 17 assists tonight on their 26 baskets, 12 turnovers in the ballgame. Tennessee with 14 assists, also with 12 turnovers. Points in the paint, 32-38 or 38-32. Georgia in favor of Tennessee, and that's a bit of a surprise. There, points in the paint by the Bulldogs.
Well, you know what? Listen, our kids play hard, and you heard Coach Green talking about that, about how they practice and how hard they play, and as we can well attest, because he's right in front of us, he certainly coaches hard.
This is true. It was a tie ball game at the half, and then Tennessee outscores the Dogs by 7 in the second half to win it by that margin. Individually, the leading scorer for Georgia tonight was Aaron Cook, who was recognized here on senior night in his 162nd game. He'll play in his 163rd game on Saturday when the Dogs go to Missouri. He had 17 points tonight and 4 more assists. Cario Oquindo, 6 of 14 shooting. He had 3 threes, 16 points and 3 rebounds. Braylon Bridges, 6 of 7 from the field in 29 minutes, 12 points, only 1 rebound for Braylon tonight, 3 assists in the ball game. Off the bench, Jabri Abdur-Rahim was our leading scorer. He had 9 points and 4 rebounds, 4 for 5 shooting. Jackson Etter did a little bit of everything for the Dogs tonight. The walk-on from Woodstock, Georgia, 7 points. He had 5 rebounds. He had a 3-pointer, 3 for 6 shooting. He had 2 blocks and an assist tonight as Jackson Etter gets it done in virtually every way possible. Christian Wright had 3 points in the ball game. The other player who scored for Georgia, Dalen Riginal, had 4 points and 4 rebounds. Leading scorer in the game played for Tennessee, Josiah Jordan James, had 23 points tonight, and that was a career high for the 6'6 junior from Charleston, South Carolina. He also had 8 rebounds in the ball game, which was second best for Tennessee tonight. The leading rebounder for the Volunteers was Plavsic, and he had 10. They had 4 players in double figures. The 23 from Josiah Jordan James was the top number, and then Kennedy Chandler, the freshman guard, with 16 points. Santiago Vescovi with 11. He had 5 rebounds as well and 3 assists. And Fulkerson off the bench with 12 points and 3 rebounds for Tennessee. Volunteers win it 75-68. They're now 22-7 for the year, 13-4 in the SEC. They go home to host Arkansas Saturday at noon. Georgia's losing streak grows to 10 games now, 6-24 the record, 1-16 in the SEC. We go on the road to play at Missouri Saturday afternoon, 3:30. Airtime will be 3:05 Eastern for our coverage of Bulldogs basketball, and then it's off to the SEC tournament in Tampa next week. So we hope you can join us for Bulldogs basketball the rest of the way. That's going to do it for this portion of the Region's Locker Room Report from Stegman Coliseum in Athens. For Chuck Dowdle and our producer-engineer Adam Gillespie, I'm Scott Howard, as Tennessee has won it tonight 75-68 over Georgia. Zach Jewell will close out our broadcast, and then we'll turn you loose for the President's State of the Union address tonight, if you are so inclined. That's coming up at 9 o'clock, but Zach is next from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that it's easy to love winning, but that the best of the best know where to look for the win, even in losing. Because setbacks are an inevitable part of almost any endeavor, and the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we believe every day is a good day to dig deeper. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with hashtag SEC Lessons. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
And welcome back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Again, Zach Joel here with you as the Regions Bank Locker Room Show continues, and we continue checking scores around the nation. Let's head back to the SEC. It's a closer game than many expected right now in Rupp Arena. Number 7 Kentucky leading Ole Miss 76-70. There's a minute 44 to go in regulation in that one. The other game is that started at 7. Another close game in Columbia, South Carolina. That is, as South Carolina leads Missouri 55-50, 5:23 to go in regulation there. The other game in the SEC tonight, Florida leading at Vanderbilt 16-8. They're just underway in the first, 13-16 to go in first half action. 3 more games on deck tomorrow as teams look to position themselves for conference tournament seeding. Texas A&M visits number 25 Alabama at 7. 5th ranked Auburn travels to Mississippi State, and number 14 Arkansas hosts LSU. Both of those games set for 9 p.m. tip-offs. Again, all of that tomorrow. To the top 25, we got one final from earlier. A heavyweight battle atop the Big East as number 11 Villanova holds on to a narrow 2-point lead, 76-74 over number 9 Providence. Providence already secured the regular season Big East championship over the weekend. Games in progress now, 4:09 to go in the second half. Number 23 Ohio State trailing at home against Nebraska, 71-62. Cornhuskers leading that one, 4:09 to go in the second half. Number 4 Duke leading at Pittsburgh, 36-19 at the half. TCU trailing by 1 number 6 Kansas, 35-34 at the half in that one as well. Still to come at 9 o'clock, number 8 Purdue visits number 10 Wisconsin. Also at 9 o'clock, number 14 Houston hosts Cincinnati. And at 11 o'clock tonight, second-ranked Arizona on the road at number 16 USC. Before we step aside, let's check the baseball score. They're in the top of the 6th and tied at 6 between Georgia and Wofford. That game on the road in Greenville. Don't go anywhere. We're back to put a bow on tonight's broadcast right next on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Georgia drivers take pride in their cars because your car is important to you. It gets you back and forth every day, helping you connect with family and friends, getting you to work, to the store, and the football game. Protect the vehicle that protects you with dependable coverage from an insurance company that's known for keeping its promises. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, right here in your community. Learn more at gfbinsurance.com.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the court. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with life-altering diagnoses. Team Impact pairs these kids with college athletic teams as part of a 2-year program, getting them off the sideline and into the game. The collegiate student athletes gain a new teammate, a new friend, and a new perspective. For more information, visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. If you love the sports like me, you get annoyed with your team or player. So Progressive's going to help take your mind off your team or that player for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they lost that thing recently, think about Progressive letting you compare our direct rates side by side with competitors to easily find the lowest option. Don't worry, your sports ball team or player will get him next time. Hope this distraction from Progressive about easily comparing rates was helpful to not think about that last game or match or season. I mean, even though I love sports ball.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
And welcome back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Zach Joel here with you one final time tonight as we wrap up our broadcast with a look at what's coming up for the Dogs. We'll start with the Lady Dogs. They currently sit at 24th in the rankings heading into the SEC tournament in Nashville starting tomorrow. They will have the 6th seed, and they'll play in Game 4 on Thursday against the winner of 14 seed Auburn and 11 seed Alabama. The winner of the Lady Dogs at either Bama or Auburn will then move on to face the number 3 seed Tennessee on Friday. Before we move to baseball and what else is coming, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the Peach State. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. And welcome back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Studios. We'll continue now checking what's coming up for the Dogs. We'll move on to baseball now. They came into today 7-0 on the season, playing on the road against Wofford this evening. And again, they are tied up at 6 in the 6th inning. That game down at Wofford. Big series this weekend for Coach Strickland's squad, though, as they get on the annual 3-game set with the Yellow Jackets coming up. Game 1 on Friday comes from Russ Chandler Stadium on the Flats at 6 p.m. Game 2 here in Athens at Foley Field at 2 o'clock. And Game 3 moves to Lawrenceville and Coolray Field, also scheduled for a 2 p.m. first pitch. You can hear pregame coverage for each game 20 minutes before first pitch on some of these same network affiliate stations. Finally, for the men's team, now at 6-24 of the season and 1-16 in SEC play, will close out the regular season Saturday afternoon on the road in Como to play Missouri. The Tigers enter tonight's game against South Carolina at 10-19 on the season and 4-12 in SEC play. Tip-off from Mizzou Arena is set for 3:30 on Saturday, so you can hear pregame coverage starting at 3:05 across the network. That's going to do it for us tonight. Again, our final score on senior night: Dogs fall to Tennessee 75-68. On behalf of Adam Gillespie Engineering, Scott Howard, and Chuck Dowdle on the mics, I'm Zach Jewell. We thank you for making us a part of your Tuesday entertainment, and until Saturday, good night, everyone.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau, always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare, connecting you with great care every step of the way. With confidence, we move forward. With heart, we keep carrying on. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.